Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome. We got music. Two people are very bored in Montmartre in lockdown. But how are you? And where are you watching from? Say hello.
Write a little comment.
Oh, lots of people in the room. Record for Australia, 60 people. Now, this is, here's what we're going to do. I turn the music off because I want to just get some things straight away out there, as well as muting that. Okay, I'm going to put the music back on for a second. How are we all watching in TV land?
Yeah, TV land, YouTube land.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a pub quiz where we will give you a bunch of questions about Australia.
And New Zealand.
And a few about New Zealand. Lena is exactly right. And the idea is, should I get a little bit of music, keep going?
Why not? Just a little bit in the background.
So the idea is we're going to spend about an hour doing this pub quiz. I realize I'm a couple minutes late. About an hour doing the pub quiz, and then after that, so if you're watching on the replay, this will take an hour, but after, a lot of people have been emailing me saying they have questions about lockdown, questions about Paris. We'll hang around afterwards. If you're having a beer, we'll have a beer with you.
We can chat.
Maybe a cup of tea.
Maybe a cup of tea.
And we'll chat, we'll answer your questions.
All.
So everything non-pub related, we'll do afterwards. But on with the pub quiz.
On y va.
I'm going to get it so that we can see your questions, comments coming up on the computer screen just below.
Good idea.
But for you who are new around here, this is Lena, my wife. Parisian Postcards, you might know her as on Instagram.
That's me. And this, for you who didn't know, is Oliver G, your host.
That's right. I run a podcast called The Earful Tower. You might have seen it. Recommended on the New York Times yesterday. Did you see that? That was a big, exciting bit of news. And one thing I've learned to be better at now is I can share comments as we go. We're getting better. So I can write here, hello, everyone. And you guys can see it, I think.
Good stuff.
Great.
Well, another thing, maybe we should quickly go over the rules of this online pub quiz.
Exactly.
And it's essentially just one. Don't write...
It's one with a lot of subclauses.
That's it, exactly. So there's one big rule. Do not, whatever you do, write the answer in the comment section. Because, you know, you just help everyone else.
It's cheating. And we'll send you to Earful Tower Jail. I forgot the word of it there. So don't write the comments. Yeah, that's the warden. Don't write the comments of the answers. Every week so far, someone's done it. Don't write the answers. The other rule is don't Google the answers, but obviously you knew that.
Like no cheating, kind of obvious.
Yeah, and I think that's about it.
That is it.
Oh yeah, I forgot something. The winner for this very pub quiz. So there's almost 60 people watching. You have a chance to get a copy of my new book, Paris on Air. But, as you may have seen on Instagram the other day, this is a limited edition. There's only one like this.
Only one in the world.
You see, there's a rainbow for the NHS workers in England. There's the red scooter someone requested during the live video. And I've written congratulations and signed it at the top. That's for whoever gets the most points. But you have to be honest. And you need to write down your answers. And as soon as you win, send that in to me as a
proof.
Yeah.
So yeah, write it down, pen and paper.
All right, let's get into it.
And let's go.
I'll be honest with you. We haven't been looking at the comments as we started, but I see there's a lot of people from as far as Hawaii.
Really? Oh, that's exciting.
Gin and tonics. We'll get into the questions in the comments later, but I'm glad you're all chatting and happy to do an Australian time because after all, I'm Australian. Remember we said we were going to start off with g'days?
Oh yeah.
Lena's been working on an Australian accent. Go on.
What? No.
She's been practicing for this moment.
I learned that to sound a bit more Australian. You're supposed to smile a lot when you say it. So, g'day, mate.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's see if you
mate.
any thumbs up
How
if you
you
think that
going?
was oh, that was really good. G'day.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. I see questions coming in. How do we give you the answers? I'll say it one more time for everybody. You write the answers on pen and paper. I'm going to do in segments of 5. At the end of those 5, I'll give you the answers. And you tick, 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 and count up your points.
Exactly.
You ready?
That's it.
I'll give you 10 seconds to get your paper. Here we go. Chris James says, wow, that was a good accent.
Thank you, Chris.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Yeah.
Angela says, not
Many
bad.
hours of practicing in the shower.
Oh yeah, when I say thumbs up, do the thumbs up on the video, not in the comment thread. Apparently it makes a difference. Let's get into the pub quiz. You see at the moment there's, what did it say? 18 thumbs up. There you go. Okay, here we go. I'm delighted to say as well that there is a section today on I won't spoil it, but there's a section that's a little bit different from just typical Australia. Otherwise, all the next 30 questions, 30 points are about Australia and France. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's have a bet between ourselves as well.
Okay.
How long before someone puts the answer in the comment thread?
Okay, I think
By question?
by question 10.
Okay, I say about question 17 or so.
All right,
Come
it's
on,
on.
guys. Here we go.
It's on.
Ready? Oh yeah, the last thing to say. Every section is 5 questions. They get progressively harder. So the first one should be roughly the easiest and the last one should be very difficult indeed. Here we go. What, and there's the hole we look at when we want to be serious. Question 1, round 1. What is the name of the current Australian ambassador to France? I put that in the easy one because he's been on my podcast a couple of times. And you should have heard his name before. Or her. Oh yeah, later.
In Swedish, well, I'm Swedish. We have like a what do you call it? Non-binary.
Gender neutral pronoun.
Yes. So if you want to say she, it's henne, hon, and he is han, and then if it's like gender neutral, it's hen.
Yeah, for a pub quiz, we'd say, what is hen's name?
Exactly. What's the name of the
So
hen?
what is the name? I will accept just the last answer, last name of hen, right there. You can do the next one. Let's take it in turn.
All right, question number 2. Which Australian author wrote The Most Beautiful Walk in the World about his life in Paris? The Most Beautiful Walk in the World.
I think we're getting better at this as we go because I just remember we can put the comments, like that.
Nice. That's good.
And then we can...
Half a point for just first name?
It says Carolyn Gorman.
Carolyn, you should know this.
I don't think we can do that, Carolyn.
Carolyn,
No.
I think you might have met this person.
Carolyn, you've met the ambassador. That will be a point, half a point off if you don't get that one, actually. So you'll be on negative.
It's really unfair.
I know, the quiz
It's tough
is unfair.
though, we are very harsh.
Well, the quizzes have been a mix of too easy and too hard, according to people at home. And I'm really glad to see about 70 people are watching. That means you guys have been spreading the word in Australia. Top notch.
Great.
Thank you. According to one of the lead dancers, this is multiple choice. According to one of the lead dancers at the Moulin Rouge, what percentage of the dancers there are Australian? 10%, 15%, or 45%?
Whoa.
Whoa. So if you've been listening to the
full
show,
Aussies?
you will have seen that one already as well.
Interesting.
But you can have a punt. It's you got a 1 in 3 chance of getting that right.
That's just around the corner from where we are right now as well.
I should tell you guys as well now that most of the questions, this is a kind of general knowledge round, but after this it's mostly kind of entertainment and I kind of think you wouldn't even need to have visited France to get many of these. Inigo says, I listened to the episode today, it was neither of those. I based this on the video from the ambassador's residence that I watched yesterday. Someone says, Maddie Bauman, love your top, Lena.
Oh, thank you.
That's the top that you made out of the curtains, isn't it?
Well, it's actually, I kind of fashioned it out of a tablecloth. I went very Sound of Music on it.
I thought it was curtain.
No, it's tablecloth. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Inigo, whatever you put is also the answer if you listen to the episode today. Now, question 4, getting harder before we get easier again. What is the name of the French village that features a street called Rue de Melbourne, Victoria College, and has an Australian flag flying at the Australian National Memorial? What is the name of that village?
Tricky. Tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Was that question number 4?
That was question number 4.
Are we ready for 5?
Yep, and I'll read through them all
think
quickly because I see there's some new people popping in.
Are you doing that at the end?
Yep.
Okay, so question number 5. In 1985, sewer workers found a crocodile in Paris near Pont Neuf. Sent to zoo.
I figured I'd read that one, so I just wrote.
There we go.
In 1984 even, sewer workers found a crocodile down in the sewers near the Pont Neuf. They captured it, they sent it to an aquarium, in France. And on our honeymoon 2 years ago, we went and visited this crocodile. This is a tough one. The crocodile has been named. What is the name of the crocodile?
Found in Paris.
Yeah, pretty cool story.
Ages ago.
If you've listened to my podcast, you'd know it. If you read my book, you'd definitely know it. What is the name of that crocodile? Gary Buck writes Dundee, which may be as a joke or maybe as a guess, but Gary, I've got to say, putting any answers will put you in jail next time.
You get off with a warning.
Lena's the prison warden, and she's usually pretty psychotic with that.
I am.
So I see some new people have tuned in. I'm going to really quickly go over them again, and I'll give you the answers, okay? What's the name of the current Australian ambassador to France? Which author wrote The Most Beautiful Walk in the World? According to one of the lead dancers at the Moulin Rouge, how many of them are Australian, the dancers? Is it 10%, 15%, 45%? What's the name of the French village in France with a Rue de Melbourne and Victoria College? And lastly, what is the name of the sewer crocodile captured in Paris in 1984?
Oh yeah, someone said that we didn't even get to question number 10 for an answer to pop it up in the comments.
I think Gary was being funny though.
I think so. It was good.
But for all the people at home, no, maybe it wasn't your answer. Okay, we're gonna get into the answers. Write down. Oh yeah, did we say about how you gonna write? Yeah, no, I was talking about the who am I around. We'll explain it when we get to it. Okay, here we go. The name of the Australian ambassador. Oh yeah, don't change. What you've written is good now.
That's it.
Hello from a Kiwi in Brisbane. Ooh. Oh, you Kiwis are gonna enjoy one of the rounds later. Here we go. Answers.
All right. So the name of the current Australian ambassador to France is Mr. Brendan Byrne.
I wonder if he's watching.
Well, if he is, hi,
I didn't send it to him because maybe I figured he'd be quite busy.
Yeah.
This time. Brendan Byrne. We'd accept Byrne. B-E-R-N-E.
Mr. Byrne?
I'd accept that. If he just wrote Brendan, Carolyn, half a point off. This first round was a little bit hard. That wasn't the easiest question.
No.
If you don't live here, I suppose. Next question. Who wrote The Most Beautiful Walk in the World?
John Baxter.
Lena did. John Baxter.
John Baxter. Australian in Paris.
There you go. Baxter, also a regular on the show. I bet a lot of you guys got that one right as well. Good book too. Number 3, according to the lead dancer, Amanda Chapman, she said 45% of the dancers are Australian.
That is
incredible.
Do you think it's because, Australian people are quite tall in general?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Maybe?
Tall, long legs, and athletic. Pretty cool, huh?
Interesting.
Whoever was it, Inigo, who listened to the episode today, what did she say in the episode? I'm interested because maybe we'll accept that as an answer. Up 5% from the last episode, 40. So it was roughly the same. Maybe some new ones came and joined the troop.
Maybe she's just making it up. Who knows?
Okay, 2 more. The French village is called Villers or Villers Bretonneux. Villers Bretonneux.
Bretonneux.
If it looks anything like that, you can have a point.
Villers Bretonneux.
Here's a fun fact. Fun fact afterwards, but the village is where over 1,000 Australians died in World War I. The fun bit is now, I did a Google Street View of it when I was writing these questions up, and they have a koala club fitness center. They have a big picture of a kangaroo on the tourist info, and they have a restaurant that's called Sydney Snack.
Really?
World War I want to go up there. I haven't yet. It's on my list of things to do.
Yeah, as soon as we get let out.
If you Australians keep watching these podcasts, I'll keep exploring Australian angles. So there's, the name. Here's what we're going to do. This is my way of wheedling out the cheats. If you know the name of the crocodile, write it in the comments. Now's the time. I want to see who's getting the hard questions so I know who's winning.
And don't worry, I won't send you to jail for this one.
Let's see who's first to get it right.
Anyone. Name of that crocodile.
Catherine says Eleanor, and so does Inigo Music.
There you go. Amazing.
Correct.
Good
Corinne,
job.
got it. Deborah, got it.
Yep.
Eleanor is the name of the crocodile. Tally up your scores. 5 points so far. What do you want out of 5? I want to see who's winning. I love the guesses.
I know.
Sydney, Skippy, Steve Owen.
Huh? Why not?
Jean-Yves, said Francois.
Carolyn goes with Charlie.
Carolyn.
Almost, but...
Catherine's on 4.5. What was the 0.5 then? What would the 0.5 be?
Maybe she got half a point off for only knowing.
If you said Byrne, you get a point. If you said Brendan, there's no half point. So I'm curious about that. And then we're getting on to the next round. Oh, we got a few fives. So Liz Johnson takes the early lead.
Impressive.
Robin also on 5.
Okay.
Catherine on 4. Okay.
Oh, good stuff. It's a strong start.
Let's get on to round 2. They get a bit easier. That was a kind of a hard round to sort the wheat from the chaff.
To see if you're concentrating.
Garth Toovey in Perth, I believe, with 2, I think. Not bad, Garth. Not good either. Where's Eddie, says Charmaine. Eddie's in New York City, so probably asleep. Here we go.
So now we're going on to the arts.
The arts.
The arts. Interesting. Okay.
Are you ready? The arts. Australian, for those just joining us, Australian questions about France, pen and paper. 2.5 if you let me have Brendan. Forget it. I don't know, I can't accept it.
Really? I feel like that's pretty good.
Okay, the
It's a
prison
hard
warden has
question.
spoken.
Yeah, you're
If you
good.
put-
And Carolyn, no half point off for you either. You're fine.
If you put Brendan, half a point.
You're good. Good to go.
Okay, here we go. The arts. These are quite fun, these questions. Question 1. Which Australian actress, remember starting easy, getting harder? Which Australian actress starred in the 2001 hit movie Moulin Rouge?
That's pretty easy. Don't you think?
That's pretty
I
easy.
was obsessed with that movie when it came out.
Mm.
Oh, I had it on VHS and I watched it so many times. All right, so
Did you become a huge fan of Naomi Watts after it?
prison.
I just asked a question.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
just going to grab my water for the next question.
Okay, so question number 2, guys. I hope you're ready. Which Australian singer saw her single Aimer jusqu'à impossible reach platinum sales in France in 2006? So that's an Australian singer we're looking for.
All of these are Australian people in this round. Aimer jusqu'à l'impossible. I don't know how it
Aimer
goes.
jusqu'à impossible. I don't know how it goes. I've never heard it. And repeat the question, please.
And we repeat them at the end.
Pick them at the end.
Question 3, and when I say the end of this round, they're all 5 questions. Which Australian played French-speaking Eva Grace in the 2012 French film Holy Motors? Holy Motors is the name of the film. An Australian actor or actress played the French-speaking character Eva Grace. In other words, there's an Australian out there who speaks French.
At least one. Question number
Corinne crammed
4.
her answer. Wow, that's
What
good.
does that
That
mean?
means she studied up.
Very good. I'm impressed. All right.
Getting
question-
harder, okay? They're getting harder. This one's hard.
This one is hard. So question number 4 is, in 2017, Toni Collette starred with Harvey Keitel in a movie about an American couple in Paris who host a very unusual dinner party. What was the name of that movie?
That's a tough one.
From a couple of years ago.
Francois says it's not so easy for the French to understand either questions. That one was hard, but it was question 4, so I mean, what do you expect? If they were all easy, people would get top scores. This one's even harder. You're not going to like this. Name the Australian Impressionist artist who created the first oil portrait of Van Gogh, painted with Claude Monet on the French island of Belle-Île, and married the woman who was the muse of Auguste Rodin. Rodin. That's tough.
Interesting.
Don't write the answers in the comments. We'll just go through them quickly. I'm just going to zoom through them really quickly. You ready? Which Australian actress starred in the Moulin Rouge? Question 2. Which Australian singer saw her song Aimer jusqu'à l'impossible reach platinum sales in France in 2006? Number 3. Which Australian played the French-speaking character of Eva Grace in the 2012 film Holy Motors? I've seen it, weird film. In 2017, Toni Collette starred with Harvey Keitel in a movie about an American couple in Paris who host a very unusual dinner party. What's the name of the movie? And lastly, name the Australian Impressionist artist who created the first oil portrait of Van Gogh, painted with Claude Monet on the French island of Belle-Île, and married the woman who was the muse of Auguste Rodin.
That last one is a very interesting person.
I learned about that person
Yeah,
recently.
recently.
So finish up your answers, and then when you get through them, while you're finishing up your answers, hit the like button. Do me a favor.
Just
Hit
a
it.
little.
Just hit the like. If you've already done all the answers, bing, bing. And before I read the answers, got a copy of the memoir? The earfultower.com/memoir. If you buy it now, I'll literally, we'll post it for you. I'll put your name on the envelope.
Maybe we'll do a little drawing in it.
Could
Just
do.
like a little one.
Here we go.
knows?
Here we
Who
go. Here we
knows?
go. Here we go. Answers.
Yes.
You ready? No Googling.
No.
There's always one.
They know. They
I've been
know.
getting emails from some people on how to stop potential cheaters because people think other people might be cheating.
Really?
Yeah, there's been controversy.
Wow.
Fitzy Golf
I like
Bro's
that.
watching. He says his book arrived yesterday. G'day, Fitzy.
G'day.
I'm glad you got your book. Names for the answers. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Should I go over them? So the answer to question number 1. So the actress who starred in
You don't
Moulin
need to give
Rouge
the
is
answers.
Nicole Kidman.
We don't need to give the
Of
questions on it.
course.
Yeah.
And okay, so answer to question number 2 is Tina Rayner.
I'm so glad you didn't
Tina Rayner.
Tina Rayner.
Tina Rayner. And yeah, do you want to keep on going?
Sure. Number 3 in the movie Holy Motors was Kylie Minogue. Have you seen that one? That's a weird movie. Have you seen it?
I never even heard of
She
it.
started speaking French. I was like, whoa, I didn't know she spoke French.
Holy
And then
moly,
she said in
wow.
an interview afterwards, someone said, how good is your French? And she says, I can speak emergency French.
But
What is-
doesn't Minogue sound like Minogue? It kind of sounds French.
Yeah,
Maybe she's got French
probably.
somewhere in her family. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, Teresa Bunting just sent $5 and said, I wanted to send you an entry fee. That is so sweet, Teresa.
That's really sweet.
That's very kind of you.
Oh,
Should we give her a bonus point?
thank you. Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm
Teresa.
not against it.
Teresa has used
Not
the
against it.
super chat function at the bottom to send money to the hosts, which will be spent on champagne.
For the next one.
Sure.
Yeah, why
Question
not?
4. Okay. Great accent, says Carolyn.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I practiced it with you, Caro.
In 2017, Toni Collette was in a movie called Madame.
Madame.
And for the last one, who's the Australian Impressionist painter? I want to see who got it. Put down the answers or put your guesses.
Yeah.
Kylie went out with a French actor for years. That explains it. Yes, she did. I remember that.
Okay.
Sisley? No, Catherine.
Nope. Not quite.
John Russell says Liz Johnson. Correctamundo.
Yes, Liz. You got it. Yeah, that was the first right answer.
Fitzy Golfer says Peter Russell. If you had written Russell, we
So
would have
close.
given you a point. So half a point for Fitzy. Nathan gets a point. Robin, no. Angela, no. Carolyn, 2 minutes later, writes John Russell with a question mark.
It is John Russell.
It is John Russell.
Yeah. So we got to know about him a couple of years ago, and I think it was your mum actually who
That's right. She
had
watched the
read about
documentary,
him.
yeah.
That's right. Very interesting.
Peter Russell Clark. No.
Oh.
You're just putting lots of names there, Rodney. Now put your scores out of 10, not out of 5 anymore. I want to hear them out of 10 as we get on to the next round. So as you're putting your scores, concentrate on what I'm about to say. Francois, number 5, really want to know. Peter, John Russell. Charmaine sends $20 from New Zealand. I'm enjoying this a lot and know the New Zealand dollar isn't worth much compared to the euro. It doesn't matter. Your generosity is so appreciated. Thank you.
It's very sweet.
You're very kind. Very kind. And as a thank you, there's a New Zealand round coming up.
Just for you.
Just for you. Charmaine. Charmaine, is that a French name?
Charmaine.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 10 out of 10 from Robin. But did Robin say...
Impressive. That's good. Are you checking something
going
here? You are not.
I'm seeing if Robin wrote John Russell. Okay, I'm just keeping an eye on everybody. A bit quiet when I ask the
You're
questions
okay,
there.
Robin. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're totally
no
fine.
sweat.
A little bit of sweat. A little bit of sweat.
A little tiny bit. Of
Some good scores coming in. Okay, now, if you're not really paying attention for a second, you need to pay attention now because this is where people always go to jail or mess up, isn't it?
And I will not be kind. No.
Was John Russell? What was the John Russell question? Because I got confused there. The answer was John Russell, and the question was what was his name, and I described him. So I'm intrigued by your confusion. Anyone that's on 10 out of 10, they're placed under huge scrutiny because that's winning. You know, I think that's fair.
It's fair.
The question was, what's his name? So if you put John Russell, then you would have got the point. Now, who am I? This is how this works. I've written 5 clues about the same person. This is all about one person. Okay? Everything is about one person.
Exactly.
Made that clear?
Just one.
The clues, Robin's gone down to 9. Whoa, this is controversial. Hooey, hooey, hooey. Here we go.
Okay.
The clues get progressively easier. Lena will hold up fingers for how many points it's worth.
Yes.
So to make it really clear, if the answer is Michael Jordan, right? Lena starts like this, and I'd say, we'll do an example. I was born in so-and-so city and so-and-so date and started playing basketball. And then if you go, Michael Jordan, write it down immediately. Immediately. Because then, and I'll say, I played for the Chicago Bulls. And if you go, Michael Jordan, you write down and you get 4 points, you see? So it goes all the way down to 1 as it gets really easy. I'll say, my name is Michael J, right? And then you get 1 point. The only thing is, and I need to stress this, if you guess in at 5 points and you write, he's talking about Donald Bradman, and then you go, no, it's Michael Jordan, you're out. 0 points.
0 points for you.
I think everyone gets it. Francois, can we do French and Australian language? So easy for us. No, because it's an English channel and it would take twice as long. And my French probably isn't good enough. I'll speak a bit slower. Robin's had too many wines. I love it. Okay. You ready?
Amazing.
I am in Paris. I could do it in French probably, Francois, but this is all for English-speaking people. So it would just be too long. I'll do a French one day perfectly in French. In 10 years. Who am I?
Okay, so for
Ready?
5 points.
I was born in Perth under the star sign of Leo in the 70s. I was a national roller skating champion in my teens. Oh, you don't write the answer here. Please don't do it. This is where people write. No one write anything.
Only on your paper.
On your paper, on your paper. Do you see what I did there? Is I did the star sign and not the birthday.
Yeah, I like it.
So someone guessed that people were Googling the birthday. 4 points. If you've written, that's your answer. Message redacted. Did someone put an answer? 4 points. Let's be honest. There's not really a career in roller skating. So I focused on modeling. And I was named WA's Teenage Model of the Year in 1992.
And I think we have our first
Nathan,
listener.
how many times must I say it? Don't
Nathan?
write answers. Because that's the equivalent of yelling from the back of the room. I'm not going to tell you guys if it's right or wrong, but Nathan, delete your comment.
Nathan.
Where did I say that someone would do it first? Question 16?
Yeah, something like that. But
Okay,
yeah.
this will make everyone happy. Nathan got it wrong. It's not what Nathan said, and he'll be banned. He's in prison. It's not Heath Ledger. Don't do it again. 3 points.
3 points.
While modeling, I made a mock home video episode of Home and Away with my friend, and I was pretty good at it, it turned out. My parents told me to apply for the show for real, and I got a part as a character called Angel Parish, for which I won 2 Logies. Do you know what a Logie is?
Hoagies.
Logies.
Oh, no.
It's like kind of like the Golden Globes in Australia.
Oh, really?
Academy Awards, yeah.
Ah.
Logies.
Why is it called Logie?
Probably Mr. Logie.
Okay.
So people saying I got it, I think. Maybe wait until you get more clues or commit to it and get it for 3 points. We're going to continue. 2 points. After featuring on the cover of Australian Playboy magazine, I moved to the US to seek fame. Eventually landing roles in movies like Mulholland Drive and the Amityville Horror and TV shows like Grey's Anatomy.
Pretty impressive resume.
Pretty good resume. Write it down for 2 points now. Baron and Rachel, 3 points in the bag. Hello, Baron and Rachel.
Hey!
Now for 1 point.
1 is better than none.
Today, I spend most of my time in Paris with my 2 kids. I'm currently filming a TV show in Mexico I have 2 first names, you know, like John Russell. Both are first names, as in first name and second name, but they're both first names. And my initials are MG. You have 20 seconds. And for those who did get it.
And we have someone else.
The answer is Melissa George.
Yes.
I did not ask you to write answers there. We were tick-tocking. You guys both get a warning. But who did get it? And tell me how many points you got. Warnings for Melinda and Robin, although Robin's had some wine. So.
Yeah, I know. It's understandable.
Look who's just tuned in!
What?
It's Eddie G from New York!
Eddie!
What did he say? What did he say? I missed it.
Good night.
Why don't you wear a suit for Australia?
Yeah, I know. Look at him. Look at this guy.
Okay,
and
guys.
And here I am dressing up in my best tablecloth. I mean, dress, top. Yeah.
Okay, Eddie just revealed me. I do wear a suit for the evenings, but in Paris right now it's midday.
Wear.
Yeah, it's evening wear. Eddie G in the American videos is one of the top commenters.
Yeah.
And
holder of the wooden spoon.
The reigning
I
wooden
think.
spoon champ.
Yeah.
Melissa George says, Francois, how many points did you get, Francois? Garth gets 3, Bob gets 2, Corinne got 0. Sarah says, I was wrong.
Well, it happens.
Okay, so no one got 5. Good, I made it harder this time. And Carolyn is leading on 10.5 out of 15, the only person to tally her score. As you guys tally your score and hit the like button, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I met Melissa George about... Oh, cool. I can get comments here, apparently.
Great.
I'll turn that on mute. I met Melissa George at a cafe in Paris just the other day and had a really good chat with her. And she agreed to be on the show. So...
That'll be an interesting one
yeah.
coming up.
Home and Away, have you ever seen an episode?
I have not, unfortunately, but I get the concept.
You
It's
get
like
the concept.
like a show that runs for years and years and years, sort of thing.
That's
and
right.
you watch it, is it every day?
I think it's Monday to Friday.
Wow, amazing. That's like a full-time job.
I think people treat it like a full-time
Yeah,
job.
I guess.
Anthony Webb on 10 out of 15, coming in close second to Carolyn on 10.5. Do we have anyone higher than that? Corinne on 9. Tell you my score before you started your story. Well, you missed the story. Shauna, I'm failing the quiz, but just bought your book. Thanks so much. I'm going to write something here.
Extra point for you, Shauna. Or?
I don't know if we're giving out an extra point for that. I've just put the link
we'll see.
if you want to buy my book. And if you do buy it while we're talking, I'll literally put it...
They're ready.
They're stamped envelopes.
Ready to go.
So yeah, if anyone buys, I'm going to celebrate during this thing. And just a reminder, for whoever gets the highest score, gets this copy, Paris on Air.
Special.
And we'll do it on air. I'll write whatever you want. Can I write that?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Yeah, it's made for you to write.
Robin says, I think I'm on 12, but then I'm in trouble. You're not in trouble.
Nah, you're alright.
You're alright. We're just
Enjoy
teasing.
your wine.
Are you changing the questions for the international one this weekend? Absolutely.
Of course. Yes, it's not going to be the same.
Francois, if we buy, can you sign it? Of course. I'll write whatever you want. Here you go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're getting on to the next round, I think.
Okay, good.
But first I just need to expand that.
Yep.
So the next round is a fun one, and I've kind of hinted, should we do, there you go.
What are you thinking? Yes,
Someone just bought the book. Shauna. There you go, Shauna. We'll sign the book for you live. I was hoping someone would do that. Thank you very much for supporting my work. Now, here we go. On to the next one. I'll sign it for you at the end, Shauna. We're going to go on to a new round, and it's called...
Is it the Australian coffee shops?
That's exactly right.
In Paris. That's quite a specialized coffee round. Specialized round.
I moved everything
It's
around.
very specific.
Here we go. God, I was changing all the windows around, so I lost control for a second. Eddie, I only tuned in to get a leg up on the Euro one. Eddie.
Oh, Eddie, no.
Eddie, you already missed the question about
Very-
Tino Arena as well. He's
And
going back to bed.
Kylie.
Oh yeah, you missed all your
Yeah.
favourites. Stay Eddie, Shauna, thank you from an Aussie in Bordeaux. Well, that's really nice to know there's an Australian down in Bordeaux. And I'm sorry to say that this question's about Paris, the next 5. But if you've been listening to the podcast, you should be able to get 5 out of 5 or at least 4. Here we go. Eddie, you could even get some of these right too. Australian coffee shops
You've been to most of them.
in Paris. Ready? Getting harder as well. Here we go.
Question number 1.
Thumbs up if you like coffee.
Should I go?
Yeah, go on.
What popular coffee shop in Pigalle was named after a laughing Australian bird? A laughing Australian bird.
Some people, I can imagine even Carolyn going, oh, that one's easy. Carolyn, for you guys at home, is she's winning at the moment in Instagram sharing this pub quiz, and she's the one who always does this.
She's touching her faces and go like, oh.
But that's it's really helpful if you guys take screenshots and share it and tag us on Instagram. We'll share it too.
Yeah, tag
Like,
away.
should we do a
It's
little wave or
fun.
something?
Sure, let's do it.
Here's your moment to screenshot. You ready?
3,
What
2,
are you gonna do?
I don't know. First, I'm gonna fix my hair. There we go.
Okay, question
I
2.
hold my breath.
I held my breath.
Okay.
Question
Alright.
2. Which brunch spot is run by Frenchman Nico Alary, Alary, who says he was inspired by the Melbourne coffee scene? P.S. makes great pancakes.
God, they're so good. I have to say, Oliver kind of spoiled me. He made banana pancakes this morning.
That's true.
That is extra point to you.
Only because I
if
knew it would
you
be on the
need
quiz
one.
and you might mention it live to
Oh, yeah,
69 people.
It worked.
Baron and Rachel says, I would like to clarify that Caro is not playing alone. We are working as an international team.
Ah.
Can they win? I don't know. Next one.
Okay. Question number 3.
Maybe I should read this.
Yeah, do it.
Because it comments on someone. Which cafe in the 7th arrondissement is run by a big Australian man called Tom Clark and is named, the coffee shop is named after the French word for custom? Eileen is back in the room. Come on, Eileen.
Big Tom
That's a
Clark.
song.
Come on.
I bet you've heard that one a lot of times. I apologise for that.
happen
Question
now.
4, getting harder. This one's kind of tricky.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Oh, me. Okay. Question number 4. Which cafe has the words Paris, Melbourne in big letters on the awning after the cafe's name?
So they have the name, which is can't tell, and then it says in big letters Paris, Melbourne. That's kind of weird. What's the name of that place? Oh, that's a hard one. I know.
I didn't actually know this one. But I should have. Shame on me.
Francois, dangerously close to going to prison for a clue. And for those who are new, prison is when people are giving hints or cheating, and we send them to prison.
Yeah, it's a virtual place full of cockroaches.
It's true. And now the hardest one, apparently. Which new cafe, these are all good Australian connections, which new cafe can be found on Rue Mademoiselle in the 15th arrondissement and is run by a man named Fox? Australian guy.
Fox?
Yeah. He might be watching. I wonder if any of these guys are watching.
Yeah.
I should have sent it to them all.
If you're...
Yeah, if you're watching, why have you not commented yet? Okay. Carolyn says, oh, you cheeky minxes.
No, cheeky foxes. Okay, well
Island
that
friends.
was a good little run,
I'll
I
do a
think.
super quick recap, okay? Really, really, really quick. Which is named after an Australian bird? Which has pancakes? Which is French word for custom? Which has Paris, Melbourne written there? And which is on Rue Mademoiselle, run by Fox? Are you ready for answers?
They are. Look at them.
Mm-hmm.
They can't wait.
How many points have we done so far? 20 out of 30. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, doing well.
Here we go, answers.
So the first one, the laughing bird. Ah, 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 ah. Is that what they sound like?
Pretty good.
It is KB. It used to be called Kookaburra.
Kookaburra. They wrote it in like French, I think. If you're at Kookaburra, can't accept. That's not a point. It had to be KB.
KB Coffee Shop.
Next one. Which one is run by Nico? It is
Holy Belly.
Holy Belly. Both of them are
Best
friends of the show. Both
pancakes.
been on the show several times, I think. Yeah. Which cafe in the 7th is run by a big Australian man called Tom? That is Kutum. Kutum. Corinne, when you write swear words like that, it's blocking it for me. So don't swear, otherwise people won't see it.
That's it, yeah.
I don't mind swearing, but it's just coming up with...
The computer does.
Yeah, the computer doesn't like
Yeah,
it.
it's censoring you.
It's holding it for review.
All right, so we're up to Kutum. Question.
Corinne says, are you sure Kookaburra isn't acceptable? It's not acceptable.
Nice.
No, we need a KB. Come on, I talk about it on the show all the time.
KB Coffee Shop. So, answer to question number 4.
This was harder, this one.
This was hard. Is it Hardware Society?
Hang on, I thought you... yes, it is Hardware Society.
And it is around up here in Montmartre, so kind of close
Liz
to
says,
us.
I thought that you said custom, not costume, not coutume. The French word for custom.
Coutume.
That was a clue. C-O-U-T-U-M-E. Delicious coffee. Go and visit them in the 7th hour this month.
Great
when
brunch.
everything's back. Coutume, exactly. And then Hardware Society or Société. Yeah, I walked past it the other day. It says Paris, Melbourne.
I'd never seen that.
I
There's always a
heard-
massive queue outside.
I heard custom too. Well, I said it is named after the French word for custom. That's what I said.
That was a clue.
I hear customs too. The answer is coutume.
Exactly.
Nothing else gets you a point. C-O-U-T-U-M-E. Next one.
Next one. So
Anthony
the
Webb
last-
says it has a cafe in Melbourne, Hardware Society. So that's why they wrote it.
Okay.
I bet you've been there, Anthony. One of the longest serving... Serving? Sounds like a prison. The longest time listeners to the show, Anthony Webb. Pleasure to have you here.
So the answer to the last question is the guy called Fox. He runs Good News Coffee Shop or Good News Coffee.
And
or
I
just
talked to
Good
him. I
News.
talked to him about why it's called that the other day, and I think the story was originally they were going to open near Bonne Nouvelle, which is a metro station in central Paris, and I think it didn't work out like that. They opened in the 15th, but they like the name. Good News.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Good News.
I guess none of them are watching because none of them commented.
Yeah, not yet.
Some friends, huh?
Oh,
What are
sigh.
you gonna do here? Okay.
Sigh.
So everything's worth a point. We have now done 20 out of 30 points. Who's winning? Anthony gets a strong 5 out of 5 and comes up to 15 out of 20, taking the current lead.
Okay, Anthony.
Shauna Parks, 0 points, but you have a book. While people are telling their scores, what should I write, Shauna? Where's that black pen?
I'll get it.
Shauna, write right now what you want me to write in your book and I'll write it. Anyone else wants a book? Link is there. You keep a track of the score.
All right, so we got a 14 from Robin, a 3 from 313.
Shauna says I can write whatever I like. I'm going to focus on that. You focus on scores.
Okay, Carolyn, Team Caro, 15 and a half. Very good. 7, 14. It's kind of even. Sort of even. We got a 4. Yeah, this is a good round, I think. I can't really tell. Did you see anyone more than 15 and a half?
Who was that?
Team Caro.
Oh, not yet. Why don't you read what's coming up while I finish this book inscription?
Okay. So the next round will be the New Zealand round, and this one has been submitted by Kiwi in Paris, Charlotte, and she writes this.
Hang on, did you do the shout out though?
Yeah, I'm gonna write it here.
Oh, right, okay.
I'll read here. So she is an actress and a tour guide, and she works for Signet Theatre in Paris. And she says this: Signet Theatre Paris. If the lockdown ends, we're planning to put up The Tempest and Romeo and Juliet at the Arène in Montmartre in late July. They can find us on Facebook,
And we're going to say it
Instagram,
like this. You can find us on Facebook
Instagram.
and a website, which she didn't write. But on Instagram, it's signet.theatre. Cygnet.
Yeah,
She's a regular.
We saw it play up there
I loved
last
it.
summer, and it was
Yeah.
great. It was really nice. It was a beautiful evening, beautiful summer evening, and they were playing Shakespeare in the park. It was great.
Tempest is a good play.
Yeah.
Shakespeare's Last.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at you.
I won't spoil the surprise. There's your inscription. Now let's get into the questions.
All right, the New Zealand round. Grab your pencils. He's getting ready.
Addressed, stamped. That's yours, Shauna. Thank you. Anyone else want one? I'm putting the link below. I could be a salesman.
Yeah, you did.
Earfultower.com. I know most of you already have got it. Okay, here we go. This is all about New Zealand, which is the reason I wanted to do this is twofold. Firstly, there's a lot of New Zealand. There's not a lot of New Zealand listeners, but there's some of them, and they've been like, "Why do you always say Australia? Why do you always go America, Australia?" We love you, New Zealand too. And the second reason I wanted to do it is because now, when we're all in confinement, it's a time to love thy neighbour.
Absolutely.
And who is the neighbour of Australia if not New Zealand? So this should level the playing field a little bit, because if you don't know New Zealand, you're in trouble.
0 points for you.
Are you ready? Starting easy, getting harder. Thank you, Charlotte. Is she watching? Has she commented?
I don't think so. Not
God,
yet.
my friend, huh? Dan Carter, true or false? Dan Carter has never played for a French rugby team. 50%?
True or false? True or false?
Next one. What is the name of the Greenpeace ship that the French Foreign Intelligence Services bombed in 1985? It's a bit of a serious one. What's the name of that Greenpeace ship?
Let's see.
Remember that, 1985? Were you born? Were you born?
No. Nope.
What's the name of the ship? Oh, ding, 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 ding! Beachmaster, shame on you. You're in prison.
Master.
How many times must we say it?
Prison is filling up. Beachmaster, no writing in the comments, only on your paper, please. And if possible, can you please delete the comments? Oliver gets very upset.
I get so upset. What you're
Look at him.
doing, Beachmaster, is you're
Very,
sitting in the
very
back
sad.
of a room full of people going, I know that one!
Yeah.
Write it down on pen and
Yeah.
paper. I wrote it everywhere.
Okay.
But I'm not saying if that is the correct answer. Funnily enough, it might be the wrong answer.
Maybe.
Beachmaster hasn't said anything or written anything extra, so for all we know, Beachmaster's going to keep writing the comments, so no one look at the comments for a while, okay?
Perfect.
Next one. What is the name What is the name of the New Zealand writer who was buried in Fontainebleau just outside of Paris? That was a good question. I didn't know that one. Rodney says we don't all have comments showing. That's a good way to watch it.
Oh, perfect.
Although it's kind of fun to watch it with the comments showing as well.
Yeah, sometimes, and then you can see kind of like what we react to and what we answer.
It's a
Otherwise,
good
it might
idea.
not
Maybe you can
make
turn them off
sense.
as well. I guess you just press that button.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's good. Good to know.
Beachmaster. I can't believe it.
Okay.
Brothers Beachmaster, you beached his, bro. New Zealand questions. You want to do that one?
Yes, I do. There is a town in northern France that New Zealand troops liberated at the end of World War One. What is the name of that town? I would not know that one either.
I never would have got that one. And for that
No.
one, we would accept the... I don't know. There's only one thing we'd accept, and that's the town name.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't know we had the NBN in Paris. What does that mean?
Don't know.
Beachmaster, I see you're still commenting. I hope you realised not to do the answers. Please confirm, otherwise I can block you or something. Question 5. Name, getting harder, yeah? Name the small town near Christchurch in New Zealand that was taken from Maori and settled by the French in 1840. And for this one, I'll accept the French name or its current name, for it's been renamed from the French town. Every week so far, Lena and I have also given away an answer accidentally. Now that's better, Beachmaster. I know this. That's how I. That's how you do it.
Good.
That's the word.
Good,
Yeah.
good. You're out of prison.
Just a reminder for everyone else: don't write the answers unless we ask you to.
Exactly.
To go over them really quickly, I get I don't know what the word is, but where you exaggeratedly disappointed every time.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
We can't. I don't think he can. He can't deal with one more. It's too much.
Hi from Tennessee.
Hello, Tennessee.
Here we go. The questions really quickly again. Dan Carter never played rugby for a French team. True or false? What's the name of the Greenpeace ship that the French Foreign Legion intelligence bombed? What's the name of the New Zealand writer buried in Fontainebleau? The French town that was liberated by New Zealand troops end of World War One, and name the small town near Christchurch in New Zealand, taken from the Maori, settled by the French, 1840. Charmaine says 4 out of 5, and you're in New Zealand.
We have another one. Volk Watcher.
Volk, don't put the answers.
No,
Wait, I don't understand these people. I don't understand you, Volk. We're going through the answers. Volk, stop it. You're cheating. Stop doing it.
Don't.
Stop it. Volk Watcher. Gosh, answers. Here they go.
So upset.
Can I ban people?
I don't know. We have to figure that out.
I'm gonna look. Oh, maybe I can do it.
In the meantime,
Okay. You
go
start going the
over
answers.
the answers. So the rugby player that was, well, I can't see the answer, but I think he said it's false. It's false. And the answer to question number 2, the Greenpeace ship is the Rainbow Warrior.
Okay, cool. So I've just learned that I can hide users.
Ah.
But the thing is, let's still write the answers, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't hide Volk. I gave him a chance.
Yeah. And so we're up to number 3. The answer to number 3, the New Zealand writer who's buried in Fontainebleau is Catherine Mansfield.
Catherine Mansfield.
There you go.
Extra point if we know the French team Dan played for. Good try, Shawnee. You've already got a book. Don't push your luck. But let us know, what is the name of the team? Question 4. The name in the northern... Emile says we need to do this pub in Paris in a pub one time. That would be really fun.
That'd
But
be
then
really
everyone
cool.
won't be able to play in Australia.
Yeah.
Well, we could live stream
We
it.
do a live one.
That would be super.
Yeah, really good idea.
Really good idea.
I like it.
Okay, Volk's on. Okay, Volk understands now.
Okay.
The name of the northern France town was... where is it? The name of the town in northern France is Le Quinois, spelled Quesnoy.
Sort of like the grain?
Yeah, pronounced like the
Pronounced like-
quinoa.
Quinoa.
Le Quinois. I wonder if anyone got that one right. And Charlotte added, fun fact, there's a place called Place des All Blacks and a road called Avenue des Néo-Zélandais. Cool.
There you go. Some fun facts.
And then for the last one, I want to see who got it. Write it. This time you can write the answer. Did anyone get the French place in New Zealand near Christchurch? I want to see some answers coming. Could accept it in French or in current name.
Oh, this one is hard.
Wow, look at that. Someone literally just put a really racist comment. Wow. I'm going to just delete that person. What a weird thing to write.
Oh, no.
What, who does that? That is so disappointing.
Oh, that is sad. Okay, well, let's just ignore that. And moving on.
What the hell? What a weird thing to do.
Yeah, we move on. So the
Did people get it right?
question number 5. Akora? Yes. No, sorry.
Akaroa.
Akaroa. It's right.
And
good job, guys.
Antoine says it's pronounced Le Quinois.
Quinoa.
I'm just reading what Charlotte said, but she does have a New Zealand accent, so maybe that's how you say it in New Zealand French. Le Quinois. Le Quinois. That makes sense. Le Quinois. Yeah, let's practice some kindness, viral kindness.
Yeah.
Good comment.
Much better.
So people got scores. Fitzy Golf Pro on 1 out of 5. Fitzy. That's Brian Fitzgerald, a golf teacher. Anyone wanting to learn golf?
Yeah, check him out. Well, I actually do. I am, little known fact, a mini golf champion in this family.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't know where. I'm terrible at all sports, but that for some reason it worked.
So what are your scores out of
Okay.
25? Tally up your scores and I'm going to do a surprise extra question as we start seeing scores come in, and then we're on the final round. And just a reminder, the quiz will finish after 5 more questions. Lena, I'll hang around to chat and have a cup of tea. We'll have a cup of tea. So if any of you guys have questions, we'll be here and we'll be happy to chat with you. But otherwise, if you've got things to do,
don't worry. See you next time.
Let's see some of these scores. Claire's on 11. Corinne's on 17 out of 25, the highest one I've seen so far. Robin is also on 17, so
Team
is Barb.
Caro.
What's Team Caro on? 3 people on 17.
16 and a half.
Oh, this is close.
Oh, amazing. Okay, this is exciting. It's good. Good round. Good round.
So that means it's all going to be decided in this last round, which is a pretty fun round. Analrag asking questions about India. We're talking about New Zealand and Australia for the time being. Now, let's get on to the last round. This one is worth 5 points, but before we do, and you have to write your answer down to this, it's a were you watching?
Were you paying attention, guys?
Were you listening? Here is a question for 1 point that you will only get if you were listening carefully.
And you cannot Google this.
Yeah.
How much you try.
Do not, okay, this I have to get really clear. Do not write it in the comments. Write it on your paper. Please don't write it in the comments. For 1 extra point, what did Lena make her top out of?
This one.
You said it twice.
I did.
You're so excited.
Yeah, I was so excited. I thought maybe they needed to hear an extra time. Who knows?
Rodney says Eddie G is the answer. I think Rodney's being funny there. I don't think that's an actual guess.
I don't think so.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, well, that's a little bonus one for you.
So I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to write down the answer, and I'm going to tell it's worth 1 point. In fact, what I'm going to say is write down the answer in the comment field, but don't press enter yet. Just write it. Because this is also going to see if all you 17ers go up or not. And then when I say go, press answer. Lena's top is made out of... Go.
Go. Who got it? Who got it? Who got it? Who
Got to be
got
quick if you want that point. Tablecloth.
Tablecloth.
Tablecloth. Margot,
Yes.
Sonia,
Yes.
Catherine, Shauna. Volk said curtain. Wrong. Eddie says table. Everyone's getting tablecloth.
Curtain was a little red herring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rodney, wrong as well.
Yeah.
I said to Lena, wasn't it made out of a curtain? And that was to throw you all. Eddie said his loudest. And Eddie came in quite late. So
Yeah.
Eddie, 5 points.
Yeah, definitely.
Eddie came in halfway
At
through the
least.
quiz.
Strong 5 points.
Carolyn Gorman says tablecloth. Baron and Rachel says tablecloth 5 minutes later.
Oh, well, it's okay.
How do you feel about that?
I feel strongly about that. In a positive way, I think you're good.
Barb accuses me of nepotism for giving Eddie 5 points.
What?
Eddie says he wants this.
Never.
In the Euro one, you gave someone 25 points. That's true. It's not just the Euro one; it's the American one too. But someone showed up. They got the daylight savings time wrong, and they showed up an hour late.
And they were so
And they were
sad.
so excited. They're like, "I'm ready to go." Oh my
Oh,
God! It's been
no.
going for an hour, so we gave them 25 points. And then some people got really upset that we
They're
gave
like,
them
that's
25.
more than I have.
So
It's
Eddie
horrible.
Eddie does get the 5 points. It's not nepotism. If anything, it's a fifth of nepotism.
Yeah.
Okay. François says speak slowly, doucement. Sorry about that. I did go very quickly. Sorry about that. Volk, it was a tablecloth. So anyone who wrote tablecloth got 1 point. 1 point.
One.
And it's true, you did make it.
I did. I just kind of freestyle. I didn't use a pattern, so it's a little interesting, but I like it.
Here we go. I know, Carolyn, that you actually got the answer.
All right.
Hey, we're getting a lot of the weird people today. But now I know how to hide users. Easy.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so what I've done for the last round, How weird that people put these really racist, weird comments.
Strange.
What are they doing with their life? It's so weird, so
Yeah.
weird.
Very sad. Doesn't matter.
Okay, Francois says, we publish you a lot. That's really kind of you, Francois.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, this last round, please don't write the answers, is a specialty round. I'm trying something new. It's all about one topic to finish on, and it's about a film, and even a film and a book. And even if you haven't seen the film or read the book, you should be able to get some of the answers, so don't fret. But it's a good way to really separate these 17, 18 pointers from the 16s. You ready?
Yes.
Bronwyn Perry says, buy the book, it's a great read. Oh, great idea.
Aww.
One last shout.
It is.
Paris on Air. It's my book. Here we go. This whole round is about Les Miserables. For a few reasons.
all of his favorite films.
No. For a few reasons. One of the reasons is they made an Australian star-studded movie with Eddie's going to say something about star-studded, with Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman were in it. So it's very Australian, very French. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons I did it. And secondly, I just thought it would be fun to do it.
Yeah.
So getting progressively difficult. This is the time not to cheat, you guys who are close, or have some fun or learn something. Here we go. Liz Johnson says, so that's not the answer. No, Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman aren't the answer. That was a clue. I'm quite proud of this round. Yeah, I like the movie too.
This one is a creative one. I like it.
Who wrote the 1862 book that the movie is based on?
Who is it? 1862. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. All right. Are we ready for the next one?
I'm just checking through the comments.
Okay.
I wonder why,
Is there another horrible?
No, I won't even address it, but if you guys see me reaching, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So who wrote the book? We'll accept a surname for that, actually. Corinne says Easy.
Good.
The author is not called Easy. Okay, question 2. True or false? True or false? Not in the comments. The movie's director, Baz Luhrmann, wanted Eric Bana as a lead character, but Bana famously said, it'd take more than a French Revolution to get me singing on camera.
Oh, winged words.
Eric Bana.
Yep.
I'll say that quote again. Famous quote. It'd take more than a French Revolution to get me singing on camera. True or false?
True or false?
You can do this one.
Okay. So now we want to know, what did Jean Valjean steal to be sent to prison?
Multiple choice.
Was it candles? Was it bread? Or was it a horse? What did he steal? Candles, bread, or horse?
Damn, that Hulk, he would have been awesome in the movie, wouldn't he? Okay. What is the oft repeated prisoner number of Hugh Jackman's character?
I love this one. If you sing it in your head, sort of. That's how I got it.
I can just be like this and when people write the answer.
Yeah, good. Good.
Can we have an extra point if we wrote the answer before the multiple choice? Nah. Plus, we don't know if you got it right yet. Oh, you're going to love this one. This is going to separate. In fact, what I'm going to do actually, because everyone's on 17, is we'll pause it before I do the last question. And we'll see what scores everybody has. And then it will be kind of like a tiebreaker.
To see if it's like the final question.
What the heck? Okay, so answers. Who wrote the 1862 book? The answer, so I'll just say them really quick. Who wrote the book? I'm going to say really quick. Who wrote the book that it's based on? True or false, Baz Luhrmann wanted Eric Bana as the lead character, but Eric Bana said it'd take more than a French Revolution to get me singing on camera. True or false? What did Jean Valjean steal to be sent to prison? Candles, bread, or a horse? And lastly, what is the oft-repeated prisoner number of Hugh Jackman? Beachmaster. I can't believe... That's it. I'm sorry, Beachmaster. I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. But that's the first official repeat prisoner. I can't even believe it. But if you hadn't written it, you didn't get it. If you saw his answer, you didn't get it. You should have already written. There wasn't a question 5. I saved it as the tiebreaker because I think we might need a tiebreaker.
It will come up.
So the answers, as a beach master who can't stop typing answers and has since been blocked from this channel.
Temporarily.
This doesn't happen when we do the Euro.
I know, this is interesting.
Who wrote the 1862 book? It was Victor Hugo. We'll accept Hugo. If you saw Beachmaster write it and then you copied it down, it's too late. You didn't get it. We shan't even speak his name. Solitary confinement. Okay.
All right. So the famous quote, "I shall not sing on camera, not even for a French Revolution." Was that true or false? It was. My dear friends, it was false.
False.
He never said that.
Plus, Baz Luhrmann didn't direct that movie.
Yeah.
It was a double false.
Many false.
Which makes it true. You should have written true. No, the answer is false.
It's false.
Eric Bana had nothing to do with it, neither did Baz Luhrmann, and that quote was fabricated.
By his brain.
Someone adds, yes, we do want to learn things here. Someone adds that his apartment, Victor Hugo, is in Place des Vosges and free to visit. Not right now, though.
No.
Because it's closed down. I think it's been...
But eventually, soon.
Antoine says, Antoine, the quote was so precise I could swear it was true. I made it up. I made the whole thing up.
No.
The answer was false. What did Jean Valjean steal to be sent to prison?
It was bread.
That was a bit of a trick question because he also stole some candles later in the movie.
Like candlestick?
Yeah, candlesticks. I should have written candlesticks.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, it was wrong. To go to prison, I was quite precise here. To go to prison, he stole bread. So we need bread for a point.
And the next one coming up is my favorite.
Should we get people to write their answers? Yeah. Now you may write your answers.
What is the prison number of Hugh Jackman that they sing a lot? Write your answers in the comment section now, please, if you got it.
First correct answer from Sonia and Claire. Corinne.
Oh, so close.
Can't accept that.
2, 4, 6, 0, 1. I can't do it very well. That's it.
Corinne, you rewrote it wrong again.
No.
24601 is the correct answer. Carolyn, you wrote 19.5. That's incorrect. It's 24601. Carolyn. Corinne, typo. Correct. Fair enough. You got a point too. Carolyn, 19.5. You will go to prison. 19.5.
Yeah.
Paul Greenley writes 1-800-CASH now. No. Corinne, yes, you got a point. It was a typo. I was just teasing. I'm just teasing you. Who else got it?
All right.
90210 for the show crossover. Good creativity.
Yeah, pretty good.
No.
But yeah,
add up your scores now. Especially, I want to know who's. What the heck? It's so weird. I especially want to know the high scores, but I want to know all the scores too, including Wooden Spoon. What is your score out of 29?
20. Yeah.
It's out of 30 because there was a bonus point.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the final question. If we need it. 21 for Robin.
Ooh.
Anthony's on 18. We will need it. You can still catch up.
21. That's the highest so far. 19.
That was worth 4 points in that round total, yes.
Yeah.
19. Hang on, so we've got... Who's winning? Robin on 21?
I'd say so.
Anyone close to Robin?
That's the highest one I've seen. 13, 18.
Liz on 18, okay.
Good.
Corinne, every single question so far has been worth 1 point. That last round had 4 points in it. There was a bonus point for 1. So it's a total of 30 points so far. Nothing to be ashamed of, Chrissy, there.
I think that Robin is definitely in the lead here. Yeah.
Robin on 21 points. Okay. Oh, here we go. Corinne is on 21.
Okay, so it's a tie.
It is a tiebreaker,
tie.
and I've got just the question.
Perfect.
But this is still a question for everybody on the point. This last question. So interesting this will be.
Okay.
But because Corinne and who was the other person? Robin are on 21. It's out of those two to win. And Carolyn's having a whale of a time. Carolyn's on 19.5. Oh, you're so close to being in the running for this. Okay, here is the question. And I want to be really clear how we're going to do this to see who wins between Robin and Corinne, who I think both have the book anyway, but neither have a signed book. So I'm going to ask this question. Everyone can answer, but I want Robin and Corinne to write out their answer in the comment thread without pressing enter. And then when I say go, I want you to press enter, and that way we'll know who wins, all of us together. Guess what? It's kind of a multi-choice, so you'll have a chance of getting it right.
Can guess.
Anyone else, you have about 10 seconds to tell me you're on 21 points or 20. Anyone else on 20 or 21?
No.
Carolyn and Anthony could still get a very close to silver here.
Yeah.
This is to see who wins.
For the gold.
For the gold.
Exciting.
Russell Crowe, we're still on Les Mis here. Russell Crowe played the unflinching character of Inspector Javert, constantly trying to bring ex-convict Jean Valjean to justice. No one put the answer in the comment thread. Russell Crowe played the unflinching character of Javert, trying to bring Jean Valjean to justice. The question, but what is Russell Crowe's star sign?
Did not see that coming, did you?
20 seconds is Robin and Corinne. No one write anything. Robin and Corinne, write, but don't press enter. Have a think, have a guess, don't press enter. No one write anything. Some people are coming in with guesses. Don't care for your guesses. I can't believe anyone's writing anything. Just shush. Shush. Okay. And everybody else, guess your answer or write the answer if you know. We all can get a point here. No one write anything. No one write anything. And now, Corinne and Robin, write it out, but don't press enter. Okay. Press enter. Write an answer now. Corinne. Robin says Sagittarius. Corinne says Corinne, Aries. The correct answer is Aries.
We have a winner.
We do have a winner, Corinne.
Corinne!
Congratulations.
Woohoo!
That's actually a good congratulations.
That is good.
Was that a guess, or are you a star sign person?
I would not have. Would you have known that?
I would never have got that.
I hardly know what I am. There you go.
So if you got Aries, you got a point. So you people who, Eddie says he's such an Aries. Bravo to Corinne. Robin had no idea, neither did we. But there you go.
Yeah.
Tally your scores. Let us know. It looks like Corinne is getting another book. Maybe give your other copy to someone else who wants one. You guys can maybe try and get it off Corinne. Send her a kind message. Corinne just guessed. What did there? 12 star signs? 10?
Yeah.
You had a 1 in 12 chance.
Very good guessing.
So there you go. I'm going to play the pub quiz music.
All right.
If I can find it. And everybody tally up your scores and...
yeah, let's see. Let us know.
I want to hear what you got.
Yeah,
Carolyn, Anthony, how did you go?
Team Caro, what did you end on? We have a 20. Oh, Sonia for 20.
Sonia, that is a great score.
It's really good.
In fact, that's probably silver.
I'd say so. So far it's silver. No, wait. Bronze.
Corinne knew he was born early in the year. Well done, Corinne. Melinda, Chrissy, Carolyn. Carolyn put 3 sheeps.
Okay, yeah, so that's 3 points.
Okay.
Yeah, Robin on 21. Okay.
So what I'm going to do on air is, Corinne, I'm going to write you a message. Yay. That's what you win. I'm going to do a few shout outs. And then, like I said, we'll hang around and chat with you guys if you have any questions. If you got things to do, I won't be offended if you leave. That's,
right.
Thanks for playing. That's,
exciting music.
Lena did that. We're gonna have a cup of tea actually, I think.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put the kettle on.
Great
I
idea.
suggest you do the same and join us in a little tea session.
So Lena does at Parisian postcards. It's down there. On all these links are in the thing below. Paul, make a coffee and join us if you want. Corinne, I told you to write my name. I'll do it. Shall I write Corinne full name? Corinne Guy. Is it a capital G? Corinne, small g. Corinne Guy. Amazing work. And thank you. So, you guys got, so who got the wooden spoon? That's what I want to know, Eddie, as well. Was that Eddie? There's your book, Corinne. I'm putting it in an envelope as we speak. On the way to Sydney. So for the question I saw come in about the other books, I can send them off. What I've done is I've got a bunch of stamped envelopes, because I've got hundreds of them, and I'm just putting people's addresses on them. So if you want one, I'll sign it for you now. But all the ones that have been sent out already, unsigned because they came directly from the printing press. I can't. Unfortunately, I couldn't have signed them because I didn't have a chance. They went directly from the publisher, the printer. I wanted you to get them as soon as humanly possible. Kringay. Kringay, what did I say? Kringay? Kringay. Oh well, I spelled it right. But yeah, we're going to hang around for a little bit, answer questions, put your comments. I'm going to read through and catch up. Lord of the Rings questions for next time. The thing is, I tried to keep it France related as well, and not just do New Zealand questions, or Australia questions. So you see, every single thing had a connection to France. Eileen and Pam, wooden spoon, perhaps. And when I finally do the book tour is when I'll signature everything. Carolyn wants my signature on the story involving me. Yeah, I'll send them out. When we meet, all you guys, we'll do a book tour, and I'll sign anything you want, and I'll sign everything if people request it to send it out too. Baron and Rachel say merci. Well, merci to you as well. Robin, okay, she says, are you signing all the books ordered? I have the ebook, but I'll buy the paper book if you're signing them. I will do it, yeah. Do you guys have any questions about lockdown and stuff? We got a comment from, oh, look at that. That's a good story. I'll show you guys another thing while we're at it. I can comment in the thing below as well. New York Times. So yesterday I got a real good surprise that the New York Times had done a story about podcasts to listen to, travel podcasts, and I just linked it so you can click it. But amazingly, they did a massive recommendation of the Earful Tower. I couldn't believe it. I almost fell out of my chair. So if you want to look at it and maybe get some inspiration for other travel podcasts, check it out. They even quoted like some nonsense that I said in one of the episodes with Lena. It was a thrill. So amazing. Liz Johnson, I would have done better if there weren't any New Zealand questions. That's kind of, I'm kind of glad to catch people out like that because we can't have everyone getting top scores. Kringay says, how's it going? Do you have a date to finish? And I read it. Fabulous. A date to finish. The audiobook, perhaps? If you write a question, do it all in the same comment, otherwise it gets lost. Eileen, discrimination against wood not being a precious metal. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Got some tea.
Here we are. Just gonna hang out with you because it feels like we on the other quizzes we've been doing for the Americans, we disappear, and sometimes in America there's like 150 people in the room, and we just like woof, we go.
Yeah, so if you want to hang out.
And yeah, I got an email saying we've got questions about lockdown. Please.
Yeah, we're here to answer some
about
questions
anything.
as well as we can. Do you use a grocery delivery service? We don't actually. We're allowed to go shopping.
We're lucky because the shops around our house in Montmartre, there's one about 10 meters away, and there's one about 100 meters away.
So we can get the essentials.
And it's empty when we go in there, and we go in and get as much as we can at once.
Yeah.
And because we also have to go up.
We live on the 5th floor without an elevator, so it's really heavy. We try to buy as much as possible and just stay put inside.
Liz says, which podcast was the one featured in the article? I tried to find it today. My podcast, Liz. The Earful Tower.
Oh, but maybe what... Oh, yeah. I was thinking maybe she wondered what if it was an episode.
Ah, that makes sense, Liz. Thank you.
Did I? Did
Yeah.
I get it?
The comments can be hard to read sometimes when they're flying through. Sorry. Yes, it was the one about the 8th hour on Dismont. I put the link to Eddie says, you idiot. Eddie. It was the one about the 8th hour Dismont where me and Lena drove around on the scooter and got the
It was such a nice day. So we spent a whole day in the 8th arrondissement. So we started off down by the Grand Palais and Petit Palais. And we walked into the Petit Palais, and inside on the inner courtyard there's a beautiful, it's kind of an oasis. It's so nice, full of palm trees and
I can link to it now. This is the cool
Yeah?
thing. Well, now
Okay,
that we're chatting, it's a bit more
and there's a
calm.
little cafe in there, so we had a coffee.
Have you moved that?
And we just had a really nice day. So we had beautiful lunch. We went to La Durée. We scooted around all of the 8th. It was nice.
So I put a link so you can listen to it. It was the one all around, the 8th arrondissement, Champs-Élysées. Asa Elwood wants to know how Obang is doing. Ask how I am. Very well, Asa. Thanks very much. How are you doing, mate? Christian needs to cook dinner. Thanks for a great night. See you next time. 18th of May. That's such a long time.
Yeah.
Is that the lockdown?
It is what it is. I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what the latest is that the is that 18th of May? I didn't see that come out. I heard that the Macron was going to talk to...
Yeah, I didn't see that either. This is news to me, but yeah.
Macron's meant to speak to the nation on Monday night, and that's when we'll hear. But, I mean, this is my opinion, but I feel like they'll just keep pushing it forward. So...
Yeah, we don't expect...
We're not
anything.
focusing on an end date because you'll just be disappointed because they push it forward anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I didn't do before I wrote in the book for Corinne? Was get you to send us your answers.
Uh-oh.
That's what I'm making the Americans do. I feel like I can trust you, Corinne, because I know you've been such a long-time listener. But in future rounds, I've got to ask them to take pictures of their... What else have we got? Is there any word on when your lockdown will finish? Yes, I think we got that one answered. Can we send a baguette to Catherine Barnett? I guess we do have envelopes, but it would be rock hard by the time it gets to...
I don't know.
And Carolyn wants to know how we manage our daily routine. Do you plan in some no screen time?
Well, we try, since it's... Yeah, the weather is getting really nice and we're not really allowed outside. We have these tiny balconies, but still sort of a balcony, more of a window, but we can sit in it. So we said like, spend at least half an hour, sit in the window and read a book.
Yeah.
A physical book.
That's been the goal, try and read.
Goal.
And in terms of...
But yeah, there's a lot of screen time, to be fair. There's
probably too much.
Yeah. And I noticed it a little bit with the eyes, because you focus the eyes so much so close, so it's good to try to look far away as well.
This counts as screen time?
I'd say so.
Damn it.
I think double screen time.
Are we having fun with our cooking, says
Yeah.
Paul. We don't have an oven.
We have terrible unfun with our cooking, unfortunately, but yeah.
We experimented with Deliveroo for the first time the other day just to get some different cooked food.
Exactly. So we got some sushi, but you also like it's a weird one because you're ultra aware of everything that people can have touched, so you have to disinfect everything, and so I don't know if it's worth it.
This is for Robin. She just bought it.
Hey!
Tell me what to write, Robin. I'll write anything you say, or I can just write what I want if you write that as well. How is no running between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. working?
I think it's fewer people, so we can, at least on our street, I think it's fewer people in a day. It's only been one day so far.
Yeah, the
2
thing
days
is that
maybe?
everyone now just goes out and runs at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I think the idea, people were commenting on Instagram, the idea is that when people are running, they're spitting a lot.
And you actually notice that when you're out for a walk or whatever, someone runs past you and you can you feel it. So I get it.
Robin, you said, I saw that you ordered, thank you. Just tell me what to write. I can write anything? give me a carte blanche and I'll write anything. I've got your book in my hand. The running, yeah, the people, the problem was we'd never seen so many runners until this lockdown happened.
Paris has never been so fit, ever. Yeah, it's joggers everywhere. It's incredible.
Oh, listen to that Fitzy Golf Pro. Brian says he heard about the cyclists putting their rides on Strava, which I guess is an app where you post your rides, and the police found them and fined them.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Wow.
That's super interesting.
Huh. Yeah, that is interesting.
People are talking about barbecue shapes. Francois. Oh, yeah. The video probably just paused. Oh, we maybe need the cord in a sec.
Yeah.
But I didn't say anything interesting anyway. There was another question.
Yeah.
Robin didn't write anything more, so I'm going to sign for Robin, and you answer the cooking questions.
Check out Not Another Cooking Show. There is some easy recipes. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We have a tiny little like cook stovetop thing, burner. So we can cook two things at the same time, but it's a very small kitchen and it's very annoying to keep everything tidy. So, and I usually love cooking, but it's not very inspiring at the moment. But we do as well as we can. We try to cook like big portions, so it will last a few days, and then you don't have to think about it the whole time. So that's pretty good. And Barb is wondering how long time in real time my watercolors take. So yeah, for you who don't know, I do one watercolor each day during the Paris lockdown. I started with a sketchbook and I'm just filling it. I can actually get it.
Do it.
So it really... Hang on, I get back to you.
I'll just steal for a sec. Robin, that's your book, look. I'm not going to show you exactly what I wrote, but I wrote something fun.
Aw, that's nice.
That's
Look
coming
at
to
that.
you. Send me your address and an email. Oh no, it's there. I've got it. Don't worry.
Perfect. So yeah, so this is the sketchbook I've been slowly filling with sketches.
I think it's so cool that you're doing
one
it
each
page for
day,
page.
and it really varies in real time, how long one takes. It can be everything from like, I did this one the other day and I just felt like doing something super quick and really like light and free. And this one probably took me 15 minutes in total.
It seems backwards for us, but I think it's forward for everybody at home, by the way.
And then we have other ones like this one that is my personal favorite, and it took me way longer. It probably took me 2 hours or something because I wanted to get it just right, and it's hard to say.
I got stripes on too.
It's Oliver. Since it's watercolor and this is not really watercolor paper, I took what I had. It kind of gets a bit warped, so it might look strange now, but you can see it on my Instagram page. And I already finished today's watercolor, and I can show you. I haven't put it on Instagram yet, but I painted this Audrey Hepburn. And I'll show you a better picture on Instagram this afternoon.
And Robin, I did get your message and I hinted at it in my comment, so don't worry. But yeah, if you have like tips and stuff for cooking, we only have a, what do you call it?
I try to explain the the burn stovetop thing. So it's very small. Very small, very Parisian. Yeah, charming, I guess, but also quite limiting.
Here's a question from Sarah Jones. She says, wow, amazing painting, Lena. Would love some advice. Garth and I are booked to come to France in July. Should we still try and come? Or do you think we should wait till next year?
It's so hard to say. Well, we both are very optimistic people, trying to stay positive. I'd say that July is probably fine, but maybe cutting it a bit tight.
I think we just can't say. We're not the right people to answer it. Like, we have no idea what the government's gonna suggest.
But hopefully,
what do you say? July, May, April, May, June, July.
I don't know.
If you look at China, it was was it 100 days or something, and now they're getting opening back up.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know.
It's so
They
hard.
could find a cure tomorrow and everything's fine.
Yeah.
We can't really give you advice. But what I would say,
the best advice probably is not to maybe
ask us.
Yeah.
No, the best advice is don't cancel it yet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cancel it. Like we have our trip to America, tickets booked for the book tour. That trip hasn't been cancelled, and it's obviously not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen.
But we haven't cancelled it yet.
Yeah.
And they were going to refund it or whatever. Like we'll just see what happens. So.
Yeah, wait and see. That's the best tip. And I think what we did for the America trip, we didn't book too many things. Thank God.
Oh, so good that we didn't do that.
Because then we would have to try to chase up the refunds for everything like that.
We didn't book any hotels or
so
anything.
Maybe that's the best tip. Don't book too many things.
Yeah, we didn't reserve the car.
Exactly.
And the worst is because we were kind of doing it on a budget. We would have booked everything, cheap and no cancellation policies.
Sort of thing.
Super lucky that we didn't book everything. But I mean, obviously, I'd rather be going to Australia and America. One thing I was thinking is, assuming we're talking to Australia now, is to do the Australian book tour first.
Yeah. I mean, everything has kind of been turned upside down now, so why not go upside down to Australia?
Oh, that was a good one.
Thank you.
And yeah, Brian, the visas are complicated to get for America too. So all that's been put on hold anyway. So we haven't even.
Yeah, the embassies are closed anyway. So
yeah, you can't do anything. You can't travel. So
we're stuck.
But for Australia, so interestingly, and I don't know if you guys could help me with this in Australia, when I started getting closer to the American book tour happening, I think it was the vice president of the Alliance Française in the States, got in touch, and she said, I hear you're coming to America, you want to do book things, we can host you in any venue that you like. Alliance Française Dallas, Boston, I was going to do Boston,
yeah, you
LA,
had a whole schedule.
I had even really weird, like Chattanooga in Michigan, things like that. And then I was thinking just today, I was like, maybe we could do the same in Australia, like sort of team up with them a little bit. So if any of you guys go to Alliance Française, or if you have contacts there, let's not start doing it yet. There you go. Liz says the one in Sydney would definitely do an evening. Yeah, I think especially now that New York Times and stuff has started linking to me, like maybe it'll be easy to convince them. So keep that in mind.
Exactly.
Robin plans to come in November. I'm dying to meet Catherine Watt in person. Catherine's lovely. Lives around the corner from us. We see her fairly regularly. Claire says, if Gary finishes renovating our guest room, you can stay with us in Hobart.
Oh, sweet.
That's a very kind gesture, but my parents just moved to Hobart.
Yes.
So.
Well, we're looking to go there.
So I'll probably meet you in Hobart, but good luck with the renovation. Why'd they move to Hobart? I don't know.
Nah, no connection, but I've heard it's a beautiful place.
I don't know if they've ever been there before. They moved there about a week ago. Yeah. Go and hang out with them. They probably need some.
Say hi. They don't know anyone.
So don't bother contacting the marketing people for Alliance Française just yet, I think. Or maybe do if you're really close with them, but let's not push anything yet. Because we don't have any dates.
Everything
it's too early.
So unsure.
Yeah, they'll just say, when's he going to come? We'll be like, I don't know.
I don't know. Soon, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Let's have a look here.
What else? Do we have any more?
Is the New York Times article you mentioned only available if you have membership? No. I read it. I don't have membership. I'll link it again. You ready? Get ready to click it. Ready? Click. Melbourne has contacts at the Alliance Française in... No. Robin has contacts at the Alliance Française in Melbourne. The other thing, by the way, speaking of the book, if you guys have read it, I'm sure a lot of you have read it, do me a favor, and this is what I've been asking all the people who send me really kind comments and reviews and stuff. People who go, oh, I love the book. That link right there is called Goodreads. And you can write a review if you like the book or if you hated the book. It'd be a bit of a weird thing.
It would be a bit mean, but each to their own.
Be honest. But there's the link, and if nothing else, you can see there are 20 reviews there. I'll read you one.
Yeah. Oh, there are many really nice ones.
Hang on, did I just hear a ding, ding, ding?
I think so. Tim
Barrett.
Tim.
Are you watching, or is that just a chance? Tim.
Tim.
I'm gonna write a book for you. Thanks, Tim. Tell me what to write, or give me a hint. Is it for you, Tim? This is yours.
Yeah, do you want a little inscription?
Inscription? Yeah, I'll do it.
That's nice.
So this Goodreads page, you can read it yourself, but maybe you guys didn't bother to click. But people have been leaving these super nice reviews, and it's been really touching to see that people have taken the time to do it. I'll read you one, so if you haven't read it, you can get an idea.
I'll just sit here with my tea.
The last one comes in. It's from Stephanie. She goes, I loved this book. Oliver's writing is as engaging as his content. Blah, 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 blah. You'll laugh and empathize with his great variety of experience becoming a Parisian, from Marie Antoinette at his birthday bash in a chateau, no less, to lovely Mother Mary who sheltered him long ago. And if you like romance, you'll also love the story of his meeting and his wooing of his beautiful, talented wife.
Aww.
Thanks for helping us beat the coronavirus blues and write another book for us. These people wanting another book already.
It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. I think you can do it. What do you guys think? You can do it.
Tim, no comment. Maybe that was just a chance that Tim. As for the audio experience, I'm working on it. I'm going to start releasing it day by day. This is my idea. I recorded some yesterday. So I'm going to split the book into 30 segments and record and do it really nicely every day, 30 segments. And then release it at the end to the people who bought it, because there are a handful of people who just wanted that. But then I'm going to release it day by day on Patreon. So for you people, I know a lot of the names coming up, Korean, Fitzy Golf Pro, you guys who are supporters on Patreon, paying me a salary for doing this, you lovely people. I'll release it every single day with, like, I guess it'll be, I don't even know, 10, 15 minute, like a podcast episode.
I think that's such a fun idea.
I think so.
I think it's really nice to have, it's kind of old school. I know my dad said that when he was younger, he used to listen to, well, it's Swedish radio, but the radio theater, and they had a story that continued. So it was like a little segment each week.
Exactly.
So you had to wait. Yeah, it's the same concept.
A linear story.
I really like it.
And I think that you guys who maybe have already read it. Hang on, look at this. Charmaine says, I'm very tempted to buy it, on the verge, so probably any day now.
Charmaine, if you buy it right now.
Charmaine, how many times have you bought a book from someone you're looking at?
You'll get a little personal note. How about that?
What I was going to say is... I forgot.
It's great. I got it now.
I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say? What was I talking about?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, for even a few people who've read the book, I think it'll really add something to the reading experience, because the characters, like I recorded with a character yesterday, so there's so much fun stuff coming.
You can say who it is, right?
Clovis.
It's Clovis.
For you guys who've read it already, it's the one who helps me with the banking. Colleen McLaughlin lives in Paris, bought a copy of the book.
Ooh.
Tim says, happy for a signed copy. Cheers, bro. Okay.
Oh,
I'll do
nice.
Tim and then Colleen. Colleen, comment. Let us know what you want. Tim,
do you want me to draw a little Easter egg on one of the pages?
and everyone will want an Easter egg.
Just like
Do you mean an egg or a hint?
No, just like a little mini drawing on one of the pages. I won't tell you which one. It's a limited offer. And if you don't want it, don't worry, I won't ruin your book. Oh, this is nice. You know what else is nice? This tea.
If we were doing the American one, we'd be drinking a beer because it's nighttime. Are any of you guys drinking with us?
We haven't even had lunch yet. But look at this. Have you ever seen... I don't know if this is a Swedish thing. Can you see these things?
Oh yeah, that's great.
So these things are little patisseries? What do you call it? Like little sweet goodies.
Confectionaries, maybe?
Confectionery.
Maybe.
So these are called, in Sweden, we call them vacuum cleaners because they sort of look like an old-fashioned vacuum cleaner. You know the style? And my mum sent them to me yesterday. So
Tim,
sweet.
that's for you, Tim. Who was the other person? Colleen. More questions? Someone was leaving. François is leaving. Merci beaucoup. À la prochaine fois.
La
Et la
prochaine.
prochaine fois en français. Pour vous.
Wow, that's a big promise.
En fait, that will not be true. A red scooter for Michelle, says Tim. Oh God, I just packaged it up. There you go. Red scooter.
Right. Coming right up.
Uh,
Easter egg.
And Colleen, what did you want? And City Living Guide bought one of lovely Lena's prints.
Oh,
So time to buy your book. City Living, is that you, Colleen? If so, Canadian Living in Paris.
Thank you so much.
Would love anything you write in the book. Okay, Colleen.
I
You're
wonder
on.
which print you got, City Living Guide. Which print? I can't check right now.
Gosh, you got to spell the names right.
Yeah.
How are you guys getting through lockdown? That's what I'm interested in. Tell us how you guys, give us your tips. I'm sure that everyone watching has a bigger apartment than we do. Hang on, Colleen, Sharon, there's two different people.
Oh, get it right.
I will get it right, let's wait on that. City Living Guide, is it you that lives Victor Hugo? City Living, Victor Hugo, yes, no. Cup of tea, Anthony, I love it. Corinne's on a second bottle of wine. Teresa's on the wine.
Good.
So you haven't bought a book. Okay, so I'm not talking to Colleen. Colleen's another one. Gosh, it gets confusing, huh? Colleen. Now, what was I meant to be writing for Colleen? Would love anything you write. Okay, sorry about that. But I want to hear about your lockdown stuff. And someone give the link to Paul Greenlee there.
I'm just drawing a little red scooter. Getting my crayons out. This is fun. I could sit here all day. This is very, it's quite therapeutic.
That's gotta be a first. Exclamation, Oliver G. Colleen, there you go. That's yours. I shan't reveal what I wrote.
Look at that.
Oh my god, that is so cool. Everyone will want one. Everyone will want one if you do that. That's dangerous.
You can show it if you want to. Up to you.
Colleen. No, because everyone will want it. It's too good.
Just do it.
Who was that for? Who was it for?
Tim.
Tim, you got a very good book. I'm not gonna lie. You got one of the best ones. So now let's hear the people's tips. Do you want to read some out?
Yeah. Where do you see it?
Thanks, Robin, for watching. Catherine, not too bad because you can knit.
Oh, you can knit. That's nice.
Lizzie's work on the passion projects.
What's a passion project?
What is your passion project?
What do you like to do? I like to paint. If I knitted, it would just be one massively long scarf. I don't know how to do anything else than just like one thing. So that's not really gonna happen. Oliver, you have,
Everything I do is a passion project.
It's true, but if you like want to relax and the spare time is chess.
I started playing chess because I found I was really impatient. Used like Twitter or the internet really quickly.
Short attention span.
Short attention span. So I thought if I played chess, it would work on my attention span and maybe make me smarter. But I play quick games, so maybe. Sally Porter, I feel like I should buy another book. A signed copy and an amusing comment is hard to resist. Sally, you've been such a long time listener. If you buy a copy now, give your other one to a friend and we'll do a really good comment for you.
Yeah.
And Lena will definitely draw.
Yeah, I do.
The reason I'm pushing these books, by the way, is because it's twofold. It's threefold. One is because someone messaged me, a lovely woman messaged me the other day. She read the book. She goes, I had no idea you relied on Patreon. She's like, I thought it was just like a hobby kind of thing. That Patreon is my salary. And at the moment, it's 2 of our salary. Because all Lena's shoes that she sells are locked up in confinement. Yeah. That's why I always ask people to support on Patreon. But this book has been great because it's an extra income for living in Paris as 2 people.
Exactly.
So usually if you listen to the podcast, you probably know that I don't push things very much. Sign up, sign up, sign up.
Yeah,
But
not
this
really
I'm
your
kind of pushing
style.
it. Paul Greenlee wants one with a, and that's why I'm talking about it, I guess. Paul wants one with an Eiffel Tower. Can you do an Eiffel Tower?
I can.
There you go, Paul. Garth, let's lock in the memories with a book signing. Any chance you write a message inside to Garth and Sarah? I can do better than that, Garth. You just do it, and I'll do it. Corinne says, do it, Sally. Look at the above comment.
Which one?
Still working as a post office. No lockdown except for weekends, says Sally. Charmaine, I live in a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 3-bedroom living room. Lockdown's lockdown. Happy to live in New Zealand. Where are you in New Zealand? I love New Zealand.
I'd love to go.
Paul wants to know where to buy it. I'll do the link again. It's coming below. You ready? The EarfulTower.com/memoir. Click that and pick paperback. That's for you, Paul. Look into OBS software. You can do a whole lot more with live streams, says Fitzy Golf Pro. Oh. What does that mean? Expand on that one.
Ooh, inside information here from a YouTube pro.
Ding, ding, ding. Sharon in Canada's got one now. Your city guide, was it? Tell us about your living city or your city guide. I'm very interested and tell me what to write in the book. Sharon. Tell me, Sharon. We have the opportunity to look as what has happened before us, says Corinne. Yeah, that's a good point. And we had the same thing in Paris. We could look at what was happening in Italy and China, but it didn't really...
I mean, it's very hard to relate to until it hits. Oliver has a cousin in Italy, in the area where it was like heavily infected, I guess I could say. And he told us what it was like and how they were...
What's in that?
It's delicious. You don't like them?
What is it?
It's a dammsugare.
What is it?
Punch.
Really good.
Oh my god. Okay, he does not like that.
Swedish food.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Did you know that there's a Swedish food, a Swedish delicacy? It's we call it sour herring, and it's such a delicacy. We only eat it like once a year, but it smells so bad that you have to open it underwater. And if I think when you were a journalist and worked in Sweden, didn't you write a story about like someone opened a can of sour herring in their apartment, and a neighbor called an ambulance or like the fire department. They thought that someone had died in their apartment.
Or they thought it was
or something
or
ridiculous.
A gas leak.
A gas leak. It's very intense. There you go.
Have a guess where Charmaine lives.
Charmaine.
How to pronounce that?
I don't know.
Kaiapoi, I would say. Kaiapoi. Kaiapoi. A little town of 12,000 people just north of Christchurch, and not too far from Alaska.
Oh, wow.
Alaska? Do you mean that Arawara or whatever it was? Really good to see you, Brian. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in Melbourne before too long.
Yeah.
Cheers for watching. Akaroa. Thanks, Brian. Now, Sharon from... she didn't say what she wanted, so... Or did she say what she wanted? There you go. I love city living. 6 years ago, when the kids went off to university, my husband and I sold our house in the suburbs and bought a condo in Toronto. City living is sustainable, eco-friendly.
We've been chatting city living.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, now I know.
All right, city living.
Yeah.
I'm going to write something in your book. Whoa.
Oh, look at that. You got a new order.
I've just sold out of books.
Really? Should I get you some new ones?
Yeah, go on.
All right, that's exciting.
Ding, 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 Garth Tuvey. So here's a fun story. Garth Tuvey messages me about, I don't know, what is it, about 6 months ago? Thank you. And he says, mate, I love your podcast, blah, blah, blah. I'm planning to sign up on Patreon or something like that. I was like, do it, sounds great. And he did, and he sent me a message that said something like, ding, 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 all aboard the Patreon Express. I'm Garth, by the way. So I thought that was so funny, Garth. But since you said that, I've adopted the ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, you can't stop.
So whenever I send something like a Christmas present or a birthday present or anything, I preface it with a ding, ding, ding and send it to my family or friends. Someone bought one.
Yeah.
Who is this? Paul Greenlee. Remember, he won an Eiffel Tower. Thanks,
Yes,
Paul.
Paul.
So I've got
You
Sharon,
got it.
Paul, and Garth to do. All right.
I'll do an Eiffel Tower at the front.
Okay, there you go. Yep, that's Paul's.
All right.
I'm doing Garth. Any questions that you guys have about the podcast or anything? Let's forget lockdown for a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to forget as well. Let's see. I'll do a big one.
I'm looking forward to meeting some of you guys, whose names I know so well.
Yeah. Now I can't remember what it looks like. What does it?
I wrote a
What does
funny
it
one
look
for you,
like?
Garth. You're gonna love that, I think. You forgot what an Eiffel Tower looks like. Oh goodness me.
Okay, now I got it.
Okay, there's Garth. Now, what have people been saying? There you go, Garth. I'll put the address on it later. Now, you two are the cutest. Thanks for a great night. Thanks, Sonia.
Aw, thank you. Thanks for watching. And thanks for playing.
Catherine, you have winky face. What does that mean? What have we? I don't get it. What are the plans for the rest of the year for the podcast? I didn't understand some of the comments that came in. Plans for the rest of the year for the podcast. The truth is, I don't know. I really want to finish the arrondissement thing that I was doing. I was up to, I think, what was I up to? 11. So I was up to 12. So I want to get back on that as soon as things get back to normal. And then, ding, ding, ding. Sally Porter does it. Sally. Thanks, Sally.
Amazing.
I did meet Catherine Barnett. That's absolutely right. In Abyss, I believe. Corinne says 11. Yes, I was up to 11 with David Leibovitz, and I had grand plans for 12. You know what? I don't know if I talked about this. What I wanted to do for 12. You know, I tried. Here's a bit of behind the scenes that I think you guys will like. Often I try and contact places around Paris to get access to a cool person to do an interview. So along the way, I tried to get the Louvre. They said no. I tried to get. It says I'm muted. Is that right?
How did that happen?
Can that be the case? Can you still hear me? Someone tell me if you can hear me or not, because I won't keep talking if you can't. No, you can't hear me. We can hear you. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, so the Louvre didn't want to do it. The Musée d'Orsay didn't want to do it. They all say, no, 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 I can't do it. And the latest to add to join that huge list of people who turned me down is the Train Bleu, the restaurant in the 12th arrondissement at the Gare de Lyon. And I contacted them. I was like, hey, just 5 minutes is all I want. I'd love to talk to a chef, a manager, a waiter, anyone you can. And it'll be a really good promotion for you guys. And they were like, oh no, we're too scared.
They often say that they don't speak English well enough, which is always really shocking, I think. For such touristy, like all of the places, institutions that you contact, they're all touristy.
Yeah.
So
it happens all the time.
it's really interesting.
It happens so often. So I said, okay, well maybe I'll come in, like maybe someone could meet me and I'll come in, and I was like, I'll just fork out and we'll eat there. You know, we'll go all in.
Yeah, to make it an interesting.
And they never
episode.
responded to that because that's when the lockdown started.
Ah.
So annoying.
All right, I got a little. Do you want to write in this?
Yes, this was for Paul, I believe.
I think so.
Wow, that's nice.
You got your Eiffel Tower. I sort of remembered what it looks like.
I'm gonna write something I've not written before.
Okay.
Look.
Let's see here. Some new comments.
Look what I wrote. Don't read it. I think you'll like that, Paul.
Okay, well.
Was it Paul that wanted me to add someone else?
You do.
I just want to say I have a dog here, so I have a great excuse to get out for a walk in our neighborhood, says Colleen. I do acrylic pour painting and resin work, which is messy but keeps me busy in lockdown. That sounds really
that's
nice.
nice. That's so nice. I think it's the best thing you can do. Just like get creative, whatever medium you have. It's a good time for it. You can really focus.
Paul, you got a good picture, I gotta be honest. Now I want to focus on something that someone said. So someone said, am I going to do more podcasts with Jay? Sure, I've done lots with him. If you've never seen, I've done maybe videos and podcasts with him. I must have done about 10. Francois says, Olivier, we added you on YouTube. Are you following people back? I will if you want. I'll look up and I'll do it. But typically, I'll let you in on another little story. On Instagram, when I started out, I followed everyone and anyone and friends and stuff like that. And then I had a friend who said, some stranger just followed me and it was a bit weird. And I think it's because you followed me or something. And then I felt guilty that I had made a friend feel weird. So now on my channels like Instagram, I typically only follow people who've been on the show because I think people want to have their privacy.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, Teresa, I want to do the east to west walk with Jay when lockdown lifts. That's definitely what I want to do. And Jay's doing well. I've talked to him a couple of times. He's doing all right. We're Fashion Week, says Francois. Yeah, I'll follow you for sure. Send me a reminder. I don't think I can do it while I'm doing a live video. French people are proud. They refuse to speak English and think very lowly of people who won't speak French while visiting their country. I don't know if that's true. French people speak a lot of English. I got a lot of friends who are French and speak English with us.
Yeah.
Most of them.
I guess it
That's
depends.
a bit of a stereotype there, juste goose. There was a good question I missed. Yeah, Antoine. I listened to the Hemingway episode yesterday. Honestly, didn't know what to expect, and I was a bit skeptical, but I loved it. If you do more of that, I'd definitely tune in again.
I think it's such a fun episode, but I think it's my favorite.
That's so funny that you say that, because
really
you
fun.
weren't alone in that. I talked to my own mum, and I was like, hey, I've got a fun episode coming out tomorrow, and she went,
Okay.
yeah, okay. I was like, oh, what, you don't think that's a good one? And she's like, no, it's good. And in my head, I knew it was good, and she just didn't buy it. So I'm not surprised that others thought the same thing. But if you like that one, Antoine, there's a bunch more that you probably like. Yeah, she liked it too.
Yeah.
City Living Guide wants more arrondissements. Yeah, okay, for sure.
That was kind of the plan, and then the lockdown happened.
I know, and I just feel like it's not worth me doing I think it's a bit off for me to talk about, hey, go to the 17th, it's really cool. Firstly, when no one can go there. And secondly, if I talk to like a cafe owner, people won't be able to go to a cafe, so they'll miss out on the
it feels a little
promotion
off
as well.
At the moment.
So I'll wait for everything to get back to normal. Anthony Webb, how's Paul and Christian from Le Peloton? Paul's really good. I've spoken to Paul a couple times on the phone. I haven't spoken to Christian. For no reason, really. It just hasn't happened. But Paul's doing well. And he's so positive. Of course Anthony heard it.
Yeah.
Anthony would have heard it as soon as it came out. But I had him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Just adds, no, they hate people who only speak English. I know, I'm from Europe. I disagree with you again.
I think it depends on how, like, your approach. I think French people, well, they really appreciate if you go like, you try, or like bonjour, and then you can like go over to English.
Yeah, and
like a tiny little hint.
If you say pardon, I don't speak French, just like that, désolé. Like if you say bonjour, désolé, I don't speak French, I think you get a really nice reception if that person speaks English.
When I first moved here, I didn't speak French like at all, and I never had anyone being rude or any bad comments really about speaking English.
I think,
Everyone
to be honest, I wrote about
sweet.
it in the book that it's all a misunderstanding. I don't think they hate people like that. So I think it's about what you give, you get back. Sally Porter is keen to stay in Batignolles next time, so looking forward to the 17th. Sally, it's really cool around there.
Yes.
Just before the lockdown, we started really exploring Batignolles, and it's super cool.
It's kind of a long walk from here, but it's worth it. It's really nice. It's so nice. I'm really excited to get back and really get to know it a bit more. 2
good questions that's come through. Paul Greenlee, how about a podcast with your family? I've done a bunch with Eddie Is that all? I think Eddie's the only one who's properly been on it. But honestly, I like, my family's great, but I don't think you want to hear a podcast with them, honestly.
It depends what you're into.
I think you'd prefer to hear a Hemingway kind of episode. And plus, my fear with doing that kind of stuff, making it too personal, is the people who love that are the people who are like mega like fans of the show, I think. But it'll put off everybody else, and I want to be very accessible. I don't want someone to read that New York Times article and come in and go, what the heck, he's just talking with his mum? I don't want to read that, you know? That's kind of my thought. And the other good question is, Leighton Smith says, what are your thoughts on ramparts?
Oh.
I'm so glad to bring this up again.
Okay.
I think Leighton's bringing up the fact that when we went on the honeymoon, I became obsessed with the ramparts around the old city walls.
So many ramparts.
Oh, so good. So good. Wow. But I love them. Listen, so we've been talking for 120 minutes. What's that? 2 hours? So we'll be done in 10 minutes. So if you got questions, now's the chance.
Finish up your drink.
To finish up your drinks and ask you questions.
Well, I'll just have a delicious Swedish delicacy then, if you didn't like it.
Catherine loves Batignolles, and Ruby says, thanks so much. I'm looking forward to hearing about the arrondissements. What I'm going to focus on in the meantime, I guess, is half like newsy kind of stuff, keeping an eye on everything that's going on, and half things like the Hemingway episode or the one I did about the, what was it? Interesting comment about the street up the road that turned into 1942. I thought that was really cool. People having a little chat with Juice there.
Yeah. Well, it's a comment section. Comment away.
DW, good night. Thanks for the fun evening.
Well, thank you. Thank you for watching.
Corinne says, keep your family to yourself. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
There was someone who we didn't write a book signing for.
Oh, really?
I don't think we did Sally. We did Paul. Sally, let me know if you... Did we do Sally? Let me know if you want anything specific in it.
No.
Garth, we did. Paul, we did. Yeah, Sally, we didn't do.
All right.
And Sharon, we haven't done, I think.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Corinne. Congratulations on your win.
Yeah.
That was really special.
Reigning
You did
champ.
such a great score that you got there. We'll send you that book, of course.
Of course.
It would be interesting to hear you do the odd podcast from Australia if you do come here later in the year.
That is an idea.
I think that'd be fun to do some Australian angles. You know what I really want? More Australian listeners. If you look at the statistics on how many people in America listen compared to how many are in Australia, it's gobsmacking, the difference. Which is sometimes why I do the live shows for American time more.
I mean, it makes sense because the audience is there. But yeah, it would be cool.
But I think the main way to do it is to tell your friends in Australia. I got Rod Quinn at ABC Radio in Melbourne calls me sometimes. I think that helps. But I just haven't really found out how to crack that Australian market.
Sorry, I'm just gonna go and open a window. It's getting so warm here.
I'm so glad Lena answered when Amanda says, Lena left when Amanda asked who does most of the cooking. But it's definitely...
Well, that says it all.
It's definitely Lena does the best cooking anyway.
Well, you did some really nice banana pancakes
I
this
do
morning.
my best. I do my best.
It was delicious.
I made an omelette last night. But no, Lena's talented in the kitchen. City Living. I enjoy your discussion with other creatives and authors. Perhaps you do more of that during the lockdown. I was thinking about it. The thing that's annoying about like a good chat that you'd have with an author is when you're not sitting face to face, it's harder to have a flowing conversation, and it becomes a bit, you know, like when you have a bad Skype call with someone and you're like, no, you go, no, you go, what? And when I talk to someone like an author, I love to be able to go, oh, let's delve a bit deeper into that. So that's kind of annoying, but I do want to do it. Korean, there's a bigger audience in America, of course, I know that, of course, but I think the fact that I'm Australian, I think we can make it so that more Australians listen, because that's probably a story we could have in a newspaper. Australian guy doing a podcast? I don't know. Corinne's still commenting when she's gone. You could do another cooking show like your latte tutorial, says Liz. That was pretty fun.
I really hope that people got that it was a joke.
A lot of people didn't get that it was a joke.
Oh dear.
It was meant to be funny. I think anyone who's watching us still knows that a lot of the stuff I do is with my tongue in my cheek. And if you didn't know that, then you're probably not enjoying it as much as you could.
Ew.
But the Aussie audience will grow after the book tour. We got less than 5 minutes here. Colleen McLaughlin went up to check out the movie set the weekend before the lockdown. It was cool to see. It was so cool, wasn't it? That was one of the coolest things in Paris.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's so interesting to see it being transported back in time.
I just
And
realized...
especially with all the extras and everyone who was up there like hanging out for when they were actually filming. It was really cool.
That was especially cool.
Yeah. Incredible.
We got 3 minutes. Who's going to buy the last book? Right here.
Yeah.
There was a question. There are many Francophiles in Oz, says Ruby. Podcast about your favourite movies? It could be something.
Yeah.
How about this, Elena? I'll switch the tables to you. I was just thinking we've been talking for 2 hours. We'll probably lose our voice.
Yeah, I know. I can hear that yours is going a little bit.
What I was going to ask you is if you had to do a podcast episode, and any guest that you could ask would do it, who would you interview?
Oh. Well, first when you just said it, I was thinking it would be really fun to that I'd host a podcast and have you as a guest.
No.
That would be fun to turn it around. But oh wow, well you just sprung that on me.
That's the way it works. Would it be a fashion-y person?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'd say so. It'd be really interesting to have someone like Anna Wintour or...
Oh, she'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw she did that Vogue like 785 questions.
I know.
thing.
Yeah.
She'd probably be
something
up for it.
like that would be really cool.
Garth Tuvey, bowing out. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Ding ding. Ding ding ding.
Ding dong.
You too, Garth. Wait, was it Garth? Were you also the basketball fan? Go play some basketball if you guys aren't in lockdown. What's it like in Australia? Can anyone tell me that? I mean, I know from my family that it's different in different states, but is it lockdown with a capital L?
Yeah, are you like sitting in your apartments like we are? Not being able to go out between, like in the day at all?
Oh, this is cool from Anthony. He says the office that he works in also houses, I think that's Thales, the train line. So I hear people speaking French at lunchtime. It makes me feel a little bit like I'm in Paris.
Oh, really?
Look at the comment from Garth
That's
Tuvey.
cool. Ding, ding, ding.
I love it with the basketball.
That's good.
Not as strict, but still have to stay at home as much as possible.
Yeah.
Not like in Paris, they're strict over Easter. Can't go too
Yeah,
far.
what sort of fines do you have?
$1,000.
Oh, really? What do we have at the moment? Is it 200 euros?
It's up about 200, I think.
And then it gets higher if you get like a repeat offender, basically, or is it?
I think so, yeah. It goes higher and higher and higher.
And then it's prison?
Earful Tower prison or prison?
Prison, real prison.
I think so, I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
But we like up to 1,500 in Queensland.
Wow. Steep.
But we're not, thing is like, we don't look at the price for the fine and that kind of stuff because we're kind of like, we're not going to get a fine. We're not going to run out.
Exactly.
Go for a jog at midday. We're being pretty...
Like, it's all for the greater good,
Exactly.
so...
We're being super well behaved.
Yeah.
So, who cares? We're not going to get a fine. We're going to stay home.
We stay here in our little...
There'll be lots to talk
little
about
bird's nest.
when lockdown eases. We got a minute 30. I guess we can start saying our thanks. We didn't get that last book. I'll give it to a neighbour.
We just send it out the window.
But yeah, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
If you
really
enjoy
nice.
this kind of stuff, send a message to your friends and say they do pub quizzes, listen to his podcast, that kind of
Spread the
stuff.
word.
It's really important to me more than anything else. And if you want to support two creators in Paris, check out that Patreon link because that makes all the difference for us. Leighton's going to buy the last book. See if you can do it within a minute. There's your challenge.
How quick are you with the keyboard?
See what Liz wrote?
No. What she wrote?
Up above?
The guy who stuck his head out the window. Yeah, that's Vincent. He can probably hear us.
Yeah.
He's right there.
When the story, I'll tell you, we'll finish on a fun story. That's what we'll do. Oh yeah, click like too. If you're still here, click like on this video. It's free to do. It will really help, apparently.
Oh, Ruby just became a Patreon.
Oh, that's super kind, Ruby.
Patreon. Yeah, Patreon.
Thanks, Ruby, for signing up. People like you are the reason this exists. What would I started doing?
Perish.
Sally, don't worry, we won't forget your book.
Nope. Did you want a little picture? A little Easter egg picture?
Yeah, I haven't
if
sealed
so,
any of
let
the
me
books
know.
that you guys have bought yet, so anyone wants something, send me in a private email, not in the comments anymore. I'm going to finish on the story of Vincent because it's pretty funny. So I was drilling, I was building our, and subscribe to this channel, hit subscribe. I was building something in our bedroom and I was drilling. I was drilling. And then I swear I heard someone saying hello in English. I was like, what?
And then we were like, is that... You thought it was in your head.
I was like, is there a man in the wall or something? So I stopped and I started again. There's someone definitely in there. So I stopped and I was like, hello? And then I hear, go to the balcony. So I walked out, stuck my head on the balcony. I met the neighbor for the first, he could probably hear us now. And he goes, it seems like you're about to drill into my bedroom. And I was like, oh my God, sorry. So we got chatting to him and he turned out to be a really lovely guy.
Yeah, a bit of a film buff. He made us watch Metropolis.
He made us.
I know, that sounded bad. He advised us to watch Metropolis, which we did.
Lovely dude.
Yeah.
And then, so he did that live Instagram the other day and his head popped in. He was like, And I texted him, I texted him a joke about it. He didn't respond, so maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that was a fun story to end. I haven't been looking at comments. But
Sally, what do you want? An Eiffel Tower or a little red scooter hidden somewhere?
I was just about to wind up.
I know, but just
Okay, Sally, we wait for
quick.
you. Oh, there you go. There's the buzzer beater. There's the ding, ding, ding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it did say order failed, Leighton, but you probably got the same message. But now I know that you're on it, and we'll get you a book. What did Sally want? Ruby's been sitting writing Patreon time and time again to get it spelt right. Here are some of her misses. Pagtreon, Patreon.
It's good.
Oh my gosh. See, Sally didn't respond anyway.
All right, well, I'll
we'll do
surprise
something
you
good
then.
way. And Leighton, I presume yours is coming through, so I'll write one for you as well. Guys, thanks for keeping us company during these unusual
nice.
times. It's really nice.
Thanks for having a cup of tea with us. Or a glass of wine or whatever.
There you go, Leighton. I love your address too. I won't say it out loud, but that's cool. Well done, Leighton. Oh yeah, send me a message on Gmail if you want anything. Leave it to you.
All right, I'll
if
surprise
you don't
you
get anything,
then,
we'll
Sally.
leave it to you. We'll leave it to us as well for Leighton. But thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. It's really kind of you to hang around for this long, and we kept you company. You kept us company. We all win.
We all win. Happy weekend.
Oh yeah, Friday night. Ciao, 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 ciao. And if you are really feeling it, watch the Europe quiz tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
Won't be by Australia though. See you guys.